Bye, Savannah. Do me a favor. Make sure that's recorded. Smile you up.
I know.
Damn, Solange, you got your wet clothes just chilling.
I know. I was fucked
You should have
up.
seen her room, bro.
I was deep cleaning. It was all deep cleaning.
Ooh, Dante throwing shade.
Don't say throwing that shit. I don't know why he's talking as if his underwear's not with his socks, with his jeans and his shirts.
Damn, y'all not organized.
We're not organized. It's funny, I'm organized, but whenever I travel, I'm not organized.
How is a hot mess?
My underwear, my socks, my jeans all be in the same spot. Dirty or clean.
Yeah.
And that gets so fucking tight.
Yes. It really does.
I would have OCD.
It gets me because I live in my suitcase when I travel. Like everything that I live in is like in its section. So my underwear will be in like the little pocket section, and then my pants will be on the left hand side, and my shirts will be on the right hand side, and then my dresses will be in like the other section.
Oh, I see. Dante's recording, by the way.
I know he is.
Oh, word? Oh, shit.
He does that.
Y'all want me to chill over here for a bit? And then, they all
Nah,
started
come
off.
in.
All right, I don't.
Do what you want, man. Once I record, it's all.
All right, it's on. It's on. All right, we here.
Yeah, so we were just saying Solange has a really messy room, and she leaves her clothes after she washes. After she washes her laundry, she just puts it on her bed and lets the mildew set in.
I actually fold it. I actually fold my clothes. Whether it stays on my bed for a month or not is a different story, but at least it's folded.
I'm so
Because
done.
I have the wrinkle away effect on the dryer, so I like to make sure it stays not wrinkly so I don't have to iron my shit.
Interesting. Man, do y'all judge women if their room or cars are messy?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You judge them?
You do.
Absolutely.
Does that say that like their life is probably going to be unorganized if their room or car is?
Not
Oh,
necessarily, but it does mean their time is going somewhere else.
I like that response.
And that's a problem, or it's just something to note?
Not necessarily a problem. I mean, if we talk about dating, that's like a very particular thing that
I don't want to keep it to dating. Let's just say in general, like. If
All
you
right.
just,
Well, it's more like. All right. So if it's more general, then less, because it's like I'm not necessarily involved in their life, you know. So, but I guess like from like a dating perspective, it's more just like, all right, like, what are you doing that you're not prioritizing cleanliness?
Yeah.
You know. So
Okay.
then it makes me think about what else they're not prioritizing.
I like that. That's a good one. Do you judge Sunny Tay?
Nah. I
No?
don't.
He really does not,
I
and I
don't.
don't understand.
I don't. Because I live with 3 sisters. My sisters' rooms have always been a hot mess. Always been a hot mess. And I'm just known. It just doesn't bother me. Like all my friends' rooms are hot messes. Like it never bothers me. I don't really judge. I judge when it comes to hygiene. Nah, yeah, I do. I judge when it comes to hygiene,
Oh yeah.
and when it comes to like, I think just hygiene, because I've been in spots where like the kitchen would be disgusting and it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Wait.
So if they
Like-
if they offering you a drink and you see their cups is like got
Yes.
nasty shit on
No,
it.
not that.
I was
It's
about to
like
say.
it's like
What
you
do
have
you
a
mean?
sink full of dishes and you ain't washed them all day type shit. And you have me come
Yeah.
over and and the dishes just full with
I
scent.
hate washing dishes too, so that's
Really?
what
I love washing dishes, bro. That's like my favorite like pass by hobby. Like just to like clear my mind, I just wash dishes.
Same.
Well, you made me think of something though, because you made me think of when you said messy, like what kind of messy? Because stuff not being like disorganized and messy is different.
That is very true.
Like
That is
messy
very
is
true.
like, oh, is there like food here that you was eating before? You know, like
You got dishes stacked up on the table type shit.
yeah, like if they in the sink, all right, they in the sink. Like you gonna wash those later or whatever,
Right.
you know. Versus, oh, that's like pizza, and I don't know when you finish that pizza.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah, you can tell when something has been messy for like maybe a day or so and somebody hasn't got to it versus like that shit's been there for like a month and that shit is just like building up different residues and scents and smells and shit. But Dante is like from down south, so he's meant to judge people.
That's great.
You southern?
You're like, yo, I feel like Dante is like super conservative, like down south. Like you judging women if their shit is not on point.
Hell no.
If they
Hell no.
if they cursing too much, you judging. If they eating too much red meat, you judging.
Nah, I really don't judge. Like I let people rock.
Nah,
bro. I really
No,
let
you
people-
judge, but as long as it doesn't affect you, you don't care.
Yeah.
nah. Dante like passive aggressively
Hell
judge.
Oh shit!
You be like, damn, their room's a mess, and then keep it pushing.
Yo,
on.
chill.
Yeah.
Dante, I've known you since I was like 8 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? That just reminded me of a story where I went to a party in Syracuse, and it was like a frat boy party, stuff like that. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We went to this like white frat house. They were chilling, getting drunk and all that other stuff, right? Tell me how I was in the kitchen looking for a cup. I just saw a sink full of dishes, a pizza box just sitting there, and I saw somebody's underwear down on the floor. And I was just looking around in the kitchen. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, this is disgusting. Like, I'm never gonna. I was like, why are we here? Can we go home, please?
Dante, you're
like,
bougie as hell, man.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I
How
ain't
you have a
wrong.
party and you don't wash the dishes and you leave your underwear on the floor? Like,
Nah,
come on,
Dante,
bro.
I feel you 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
If I came to a function and that's what your shit looked like, I would absolutely be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like, come on. bro.
Reevaluating your life.
Yeah.
choices.
Definitely.
Yeah. They would have to bring out hella drugs immediately.
I'm saying, yeah, just to make up for it, bro.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, okay, nah. I
That makes
understand.
sense.
Now I understand. Now I understand.
Yeah.
What about you, Solange, in reverse? Do you
Yeah, I'm
judge men?
definitely hypocritical because I'm a hot mess. And, like, I have a messy room. And I do have a messy car. But I really hate when my shit's messy. But I could look at certain things and be like, yeah, now what the fuck am I doing in this place? I think it was more so back in, like, my dating realm / hoe phase when I would, like, go to random people's, not random people's houses, but, like, yes, random people's houses and go in their rooms. The first thing I'd like evaluate is, like, am I going to stay here? Like, for longer than an hour, just, like, assess their room and be like, am I going to really stay here? And see how clean it is. And if it was, like, slightly organized or whatever, I'd be like, okay, you know how to function. Compared to, like, the dude with the 3 million water bottles and the only mattress and, like, 1 chair. And I'm like, okay, it's time to go home.
Whole phase.
Damn.
Damn.
Not the mattress.
Oh,
Like,
man.
you know, you got the 3 million, like you said, like the pizza box, the random underwear. They don't get
Right.
the bed frame because that honestly doesn't bother me because, people be moving into their houses and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm not going to judge you off
Just
of
got
the
an air
shit.
mattress type shit.
Yeah. I'm going to judge you on how you take care of that air mattress, though.
Y'all down for the air mattress?
Nah,
I was
don't
about
do
to-
that.
I
I don't
was
think
about to
that. Nah.
Ass. Have you ever like had sex on an air mattress?
Yeah.
Or just a mattress on the floor?
Fam. What? Are you crazy? Of course.
I have,
What?
but I wasn't happy about it.
Son, I've had threesomes on futons before. Like, I've had, yes, nigga, on air mattresses, futons, day beds,
I've definitely had a
any
threesome
type
on a
of
couch
low
before.
platform bed,
Yeah.
floor,
Not the
Rug.
floor. Rug.
Rug?
rug,
Rug. Rug is fire.
couch,
Definitely
pull-out couch.
So as long as there's something there,
Substance.
Gotta be
it's on
soft.
site. As long as it's soft, it's
Gotta
on.
be soft.
As long as
You
there's no
valid.
roaches like around me.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
fuck
That
that.
part.
All the way. No way.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're looking at someone. I've had sex in the park before. Like,
I mean, no, that's different. That's different. I'm talking about like you pull up to Shorty's crib or homie's crib and you just see a mattress on the floor.
oh, I've been there before.
Yeah.
Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to judge that, but I'm going to judge the condition of the mattress.
I judge you a little bit. That's not gonna stop me.
I'm probably not coming back.
I might come back.
You said I'm not
Yeah.
coming back, but I'm gonna definitely
felt
finish
that.
this mission. I feel that.
Those are the ones with the. Let me stop.
The ones with the
Say it though.
Say it.
I was gonna say the fire, but
fire?
it's
Low
not
key,
really.
yeah. Low key, yeah.
Solange,
I've never-
that was a nasty picture. Clean your phone.
Mind your business.
Let me start this podcast.
Mind your fucking business.
Solange got finger marks all her phone on her camera. It's bad blurry and shit.
Solange would take a picture of the fucking sky and shit.
Look at how pretty it is.
That's me every day.
This is about to be the profile picture for the fucking gram. Stop it.
Profile picture.
Soapbox podcast is going to be the corner of Karan's room.
Nah,
Living
yo,
room.
I gotta say, like being here, like the setup is fire, bro. Like,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you. I put so much hard work and effort
Nah, that's
into this living room.
no. I'm so happy you said that though, because that was really the vibe, man. I wanted to like, well, I'm sure we did like have a place where people feel comfortable and it's like inspiring, creative.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the best setup, but
It's better.
we get
It's
in there.
definitely, the growth is definitely there compared to last apartment.
Oh yeah, but that was just like the starter and shit, you know.
Exactly. You're doing great.
Shout out to Kima. You know what I'm saying? I said wrong again.
You keep on saying you're wrong.
What's that box for? It's my soapbox. If you have important things to say, you use a soapbox.
And just before we get started on this podcast, I would like to say this episode is sponsored by Karan's Halloween House Jam. Come through Saturday, October 22nd if you want to get lit. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, free until 12. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, $6 at the door. Nah, I'm playing. It's free. Come through. Come through if anybody wants to pop out. You know what I'm saying? DM the Soapbox or me personally. Let's get lit, man.
You know what I'm
Because I
saying?
want all you motherfuckers in his house.
I don't know why you chatting, but welcome to episode 163 of the Soapbox. You're here with your boy Sonny Tay. We got Karan in the building, aka Amal, with the Keith hoodie. You know what I'm saying? With the whatever sports team is that? Seattle. I have a question. Do you be asking like what the teams that you be buying, like the Pats and shit that you don't know?
Care. And everybody like always asks me. Like I live in a building with like old ass white people, and they're always asking me like, "Oh, you're a fan of that team?" I'm just like, nah.
Oh man.
Nah, I don't. Anything that matches the fit.
I feel you. We got Solange in the building, aka Poppy.
AKA
You know what I'm saying?
Solange.
With the Biggie T-shirt with the
Baby,
Adidas,
baby.
with the Adidas soccer pants on and shit like that.
I love it when she call me Big Poppy.
Yeah.
You got the Biggie shirt.
And we got a special guest. We got Logic in the building.
I
You know what I'm
had to do
saying?
it properly. It was a calm year, and I had to bring it up.
I appreciate that. Representing New York. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, yo. I'm hanging out. Y'all always be announcing the fits, so I had to pull up with the lavender. I was like, oh, I can't just come in here looking bummy.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for making the voyage to Jersey.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
yo.
Really appreciate that.
My roommate and my homegirl, I told them I was coming out here, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "No, they're cool people. Like, I definitely want to check it out."
I appreciate that. How's everybody's day?
Hey, oh no, and we got Sonny Tay in the building.
Hey.
You know
With
what I'm
the
saying?
Hello.
XXX shirt.
Boom, boom.
Facts. R.I.P.
And his locks.
And my
His
locks. Karan, how you liking the lock process, man?
No, I like your lock process, man.
lying.
I always appreciate because I've been there before, so I always appreciate people who
Yeah.
start their journey.
Question: how did you get past the ugly lock phase?
Um,
Like, when you have that month or like that stage in your locks where your locks just look not dusty, but they look crazy.
Look dusty.
I mean, you can't do nothing about it, yo. You just got to live with it.
You stay dusty.
But I feel like that's the beautiful thing about locks. Like, it taught me, like, I don't have to, like, yes, I can take care of my hair, but it doesn't always have to look so neat and be
Right.
proper.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I appreciate the messy stages. So I liked it myself,
No, I do too. It's very interesting.
You learn to appreciate it, like patience, growth,
Excuse me.
all of that shit.
That's facts. How's your week been, man? Your 2 weeks actually. 'cause
my
we didn't
week?
record last week.
My 2 weeks, it's been good. Pros and cons to my week. It's been like a pretty productive week. I've been like really getting focused. I mean, I feel like I always say this, but like I really am starting to figure out like what I want to do and like where I want to spend my time with, which has been pretty good because the last few months I've kind of just been doing everything and like trying to see like what thing pops for me the most instead of just like being like what do I like the most and what do I enjoy spending my time doing the most. So like the last few weeks I've really just been locking into things I really enjoy and trying to reap the benefits somewhere down the line from that. So yeah, it's been good. It's been productive.
I like that.
Ups and downs. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Poppy.
How you doing, Big Poppy?
Bro, Big Poppy we here.
How was your show? You took a break from the pod for
fucking
that
here.
weekend. How was the show?
We had a show. It was good. I say it like that. I'm sorry. No, it was a good show. It was a really, really, really great show. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really happy with the performances and all the hard work that we put into it. We are now on a 1 week hiatus because V wants to see her ass on Monday, even though she said she couldn't stand seeing her ass for more than 2 weeks, and here we are about to go back in rehearsal on Monday. It's been really good. It's been really nice being back home. your girl is hungover. I'm trying to drink this wine right now, but I got too much fucking caffeine and food and shit in my system, so my stomach is all over the place right
We
now.
could have made you some tea with honey.
I
instead of
know. I
wine.
should have done that instead of drinking this fucking wine
Oh,
over here.
I'm happy you had a good show. I'm
Thank
sorry I
you.
couldn't come out with my presence, but you
It's
know,
okay.
hopefully
I
my
got
presence
video
was felt.
recordings,
Okay.
so we
Presence
could
was
watch that
felt.
during the Halloween party.
I'm sure that's gonna happen like last time.
Hey man, it's calm.
Just come on. I ain't shit.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Logic, how's your week been, man?
What? I'm sorry. What's today's Sunday?
Today's
Yeah.
Sunday, yes.
All right. So
The 16th.
yeah, this week was a lot of reflection.
Facts.
The last 2 months have been crazy for me.
Crazy good or crazy bad? Or both?
Crazy. I'm gonna say bad. Like, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say bad because as much as I think I like to look at the bright side of things, I was out for like 2 months. I got sick, caught the flu. Season changing, that kind of stuff. So I was out for like 2.5 weeks, and then after that, I guess I was trying to like hop right back in, and he's like, nah, everything's cool, like I'm well, like everything's great. My boy hit me up, he's like, yo, let's go play ball. I was like, yeah. Hurt my back playing ball.
Damn.
It hurt my back to like the point where you walking funny, like
Yeah.
So I actually had to go to the chiropractor before like that. Like I had to make an appointment, and so before my appointment, I was just all messed up in the game. Like had the heating pad, like I was rubbing the Vicks, like
the Vicks.
like, just anything to like change it up just a little bit. But it basically made me stay home for a while, and I don't know if you've ever like had to stay home.
Yes.
But what am I talking about? Everybody did very recently.
Exactly.
But everybody's outside doing all this stuff. You watching everybody on Instagram, and I'm just like in my bed, like fuck.
Yeah.
Aw. You got FOMO?
FOMO OD, which is like one of my like I guess original sins. I don't know. That's just always one of those situations, just like in the back of my mind. But also it made me sit down long enough to like kind of restructure and refigure out what I want to do with myself. I didn't have to go to work, so there was that. That was like one side of it where I was like, oh great, and then I was surprised at how great it was. I was just like, oh, I might not be having a great time at work.
Don't you miss that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, that just got me reflecting, reminiscing back and when like we all were in the pandemic, and it's like I just miss being able to like exist just to exist and like just sit down and not have to stress about all this other shit that we gotta do. That was all.
I mean, can't you still kind of choose to do that though, even
You can.
now?
Yeah.
It's just consequences.
Yeah.
Consequences to being out the way and not around a lot of people?
No, consequences because going back to the work thing that he brought up, like, it feels different once you get that break from work and like you don't have to go to work and you just are just chilling for a couple weeks. You really sit back and really reevaluate. Yo, am I even happy in this situation right now?
Yeah, no, that's
and
true.
yeah, it's easy to just separate that, but then it's like, okay, so if I don't work, then I have to deal with I got bills coming up, I got this and that, and it's like, yeah, I feel happy not working, but sooner or later now I'm gonna feel anxious and stressed that I can't pay my bills and I can't do the things I want.
So literally what you just said, that was my week. My week was going, all right, which one am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And I picked the anxiety.
Awkward laugh.
I was just like, you know what? This place sucks. I'm out. And
Oh, you dipped.
basically,
Congratulations. I know.
for
it
all
sounds
intents and
good.
purposes, I'm not there. But I'm there, but I'm not there. But
Right.
people know I'm not there, but I'm there, but I'm not there.
I feel
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I get you. I get you. Damn.
Yeah.
So after you made that decision, how'd you like? Did you have a couple? Like, did you have a day when you're like, I think I made the wrong decision?
So all week, so I'm an artist,
Right.
and in a weird way, I've been running from being an artist for the last couple of years.
Damn.
I got into creative direction, and I've been working for some larger companies doing some of their stuff. I'm under NDA, so I can't say too much.
Right.
But basically, like with this like downtime, it made me go, oh, like I actually haven't been doing my art. I actually haven't been like pouring into myself. I just keep pouring into everybody else and like into these companies that low-key don't care.
Facts.
So, in not working with them, I immediately was like, okay, let me start like getting other clients together and like figuring out other art stuff. And I had more than a couple people hit me up. Yo, man, I want you to draw this. Yo, man, could you like do like I want you to put this thing together, da da da. And every single one of them ducked out. Every single person ducked out at the last minute, and I was just like, okay, should I just go back to work?
I get that.
At least, even though I hate them.
But it's like consistent.
It's consistent, more consistent
More
than this,
consistent than that,
you
yeah.
know. So it's a toss up. But I said, you know what, we getting Solange. What did you say earlier? Dangerous. Yeah, I'm feeling dangerous. I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Just hop in and figure out what the new thing is and just go for it, because I think that's what my art actually is, and that's what I need to lean into.
But I honestly think
I
that's
like
a great thing about even just taking a break and taking time to just think about your next move is it kind of allows you to become more creative in the avenues you want to explore. And even you might say like, okay, this is a more consistent like thing financially, but like in the long run, what can set me up to, do what I want to do and still reap the benefits. So I feel like it's a very pivotal moment for a lot of creatives just to take that time and really like become creative and like strategize the next plan.
Yeah.
So that can be that's definitely a blessing. Having the time to even think about what the next move is,
Right.
And try to strategize on it.
Absolutely. It's also a silver lining that I've felt, but also just trying to like you said, like the adulting side of things, like just trying to make sure that I'm not getting too whimsical out here.
Sure.
Make sure I'm not, everything's going to be great. And, niggas not eating, bills not being paid, and all that good shit.
That's our artist life.
So, yeah.
Facts. That goes back to our, like, false positivity that we was talking about before. Like, niggas really...
Out here struggling, pretending that things are fine.
Yeah. And they really don't just take the time to really sit, okay,
Or
things
just
are not fine in my life right now. Like, things are not okay.
But that's all relative, though. Like, it's like, okay, am I breathing? Do I have my health? Do I have people that care about me? Do I have friends? Do I have people who love me?
Yeah.
Oh, do I have a roof over my head? Like, even though I might not be eating the best things or getting the most sleep or everything is not perfect, like, you could still count your wins. And,
I agree. I actually came across somebody that, people that just, even knowing all that is still not enough for their happiness.
Yeah, but they say that until they get like a terminal illness and they're forced to
Right,
sit down.
right.
Damn.
But-
Why you gotta take it there?
No, it's
Facts.
true because I mean,
It's
like
true.
even
No,
for
that
me
is
personally,
true.
like I've been because like for example, like my dad like had cancer like a few years ago and he was doing so many things and had so many plans, had just moved and then like literally got hit and was forced to sit up for like a year and then like you'll think everything like you just never know until you're forced to be like sat up and you're forced to not do anything. You know what I'm saying? It really makes you evaluate life and the things that are really important compared to what you think is important and where you think you should be and where your journey should be at the moment. But at the end of the day, like as long as you have your health and you have like you're surrounded with people who love you and care about you, that's really all that matters.
Hell yeah.
Sorry to get like sentimental.
No.
Nah, that's real as fuck.
OD. Last question. Do y'all think that people that value like that type of happiness where like, yeah, mom's is good, my family's good, my friends is good, but this other shit, the fact that this other shit is not to my standards or I'm not happy in the situation is really fucking up everything in my life when I'm willing to just drop everything. Do you think people that think like that are kind of like... Actually, there's nothing wrong with thinking like that, but like there's definitely something that is like unbalanced, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm quite answer my
People
answer
who,
my
I'm
question.
sorry, people who think that
So there are people that like we talked about, like, people should care about, that you're breathing, you're healthy, your mom's is good, your family's good, you got friends that love you and care for you, and all this other great shit that other people, some successful artists don't have. You know what I'm saying?
a lot of people in this world don't have.
Exactly. And there's some people that know that and understand they have this healthy supporting system but doesn't care. It's like that's not enough for me to
Be happy.
be happy.
I feel like people who think like that, they just haven't experienced the other side completely. Just like when people will be like, damn, if only I had money, all my problems would be like gone.
Right,
Not knowing
yeah.
that, there's other things that means more other than that, So I feel like people who do think like that, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people, in order to change their mindset and the way they think, they have to go through something really traumatic in order to kind of reevaluate like where their life is at. And
Why does it take that though?
Because it
that's the only
hurts.
time. That's the only time true change comes is when something traumatic happens and you're forced to change and you're forced to like have a different perspective on like life and different things in your life.
It's pain.
Yeah.
Like how do you handle it? How do you deal with it? Like how do you get rid of it, or just like sustain yourself if it's something you can't necessarily get rid of. Like who are you when everything sucks? You kind of got to figure it out.
Who are you when everything sucks? Wow.
A
Deep.
menace to society.
Damn.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm mad deep.
Nah, you good. You good. You good. I gotta write that down.
It's the logic in logic. That's everything.
I gotta write that down. Solange, you good, man? Or you just processing everything that
I'm
we're talking about?
fucking dead. I told y'all that. Yo, I'm really trying not to be like I need a potty break.
Nah, we had a long day yesterday, guys.
I always have a long day. That's all.
Nah, yesterday was probably the longest day we ever had. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
No, y'all was traveling though, right?
Yeah.
We drove 3
hours to the Adirondacks
Adirondack
shit.
Mountains.
to look at some waterfalls, and it was beautiful.
Beautiful, very nice.
Very
Then we-
well deserved. Very worth it.
Then we drove 4 hours back to the city
Just to get fucking lit.
just to get lit. Didn't get
fire.
home till like 6 a.m.
Not gonna lie, that sounded like a fire ass weekend.
It was a great
nice.
day.
It was nice. It
Did
was
we
a
have
very-
to go out?
No.
Absolutely not. We
We
should have
did
never
not.
went out.
We should have never went out.
Should have stayed our ass home.
Stay home, watch
I could
anime,
have
just
went
chill.
to the local fucking Bear Mountain 20 minutes away and went hiking.
Could have went to the Bear Mountain local theater. Shut up, Karan. Where's your adventure?
I have many adventures throughout the week.
He said, I actually go exploring more than just the walk in the park. Thank you very much.
I mean,
I'm a dickhead today. I'm sorry.
This whole weekend, you've been a dickhead.
Be,
I
they,
don't
be,
know.
be tired, Solange. That's cool. That's cool. Be tired and be fucking
Facts.
laid out.
I gotta put myself on Front Street though. So I was supposed to drop an episode this week. It was a episode that we didn't drop when we was being all airing out our grievances and shit. It was very not toxic. It was
It was
very
kind
like,
of. It wasn't. It was real.
Well,
it was real.
give
It
some-
was real.
Give some context. So last week we were supposed
So
to
last
record.
week, yes.
Solange was busy. We were supposed to have a guest. Dante
Wait.
had other things.
I'm gonna
He was too
use the
tired,
restroom now.
pretty much. He was too tired to do the shit. So we recorded an episode.
Keep going.
We recorded an episode 5 months ago, and Solange is going to pause it.
Hangover.
It's
like a clean
somewhere in the
slate.
middle, definitely 100%.
Okay.
I know it's the most amount of alcohol besides like Everclear and shit like that.
Oh, fucking Everclear.
Yeah, gin is
God.
like 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that type of.
Karan, you
alcohol.
was explaining about our episode that didn't drop
Oh yeah.
before Solange tried to take a little potty break.
So pretty much we recorded an episode about 5 months ago. A
months
very
ago.
Damn, mad exact.
5 months ago.
yeah, I mean
Mad exact.
maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
No, you're correct.
Yeah,
actually.
probably.
It's
Yeah.
really
Okay.
5 months
It
ago.
was 5 months ago. I
Hey.
never dropped that episode.
Should I see y'all having a catalog?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got a pretty deep. We got shit that like probably shit that just hasn't even came out
Yeah,
yet. Like we
I have
got so
mad
much
shit.
shit.
Fire.
But yeah, we recorded an episode 5 months ago. Solange and
It's
Dante
really
had
5 months ago.
Yeah, it was 5 months
Yeah, it
I
was
ago.
feel like that
about
was
5
like
months
3 months ago, like 2
Nah,
months,
Nah, it
like
was a
last
minute-
week.
a minute
It
ago.
was literally June. It was June after we came back from Jamaica.
Yes. Damn, we were potting in the summer.
Yeah. No, we just came. We was coming back to pod.
No, I know, but it's just like, okay,
Yeah, we was potting in
continue.
the summer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karan. Sorry,
we
Karan.
been
Sorry.
pot, we pot every year, no matter what season it is.
We just be potted.
Yeah, but so we recorded an episode, and Solange and Dante had something going on. They had an argument. Boundaries was
Stepped
stepped
yes.
on, whatever.
Yes.
It was a very awkward podcast because
Yes.
Dante came in here acting like a diva, and he wasn't really fucking with nobody. So
And it turned to a podcast where we like addressed certain things
And boundaries.
and boundaries with the podcast and address like, caring about the podcast, and Karan was saying like, yo, you have to be stern because you're not the boss, but like you make decisions, so you gotta be stern on your decisions. And if niggas is fucking up, you gotta call them out type shit. So it was an episode where
It was a real, truthful, honest. It was a healthy podcast.
it was something that we all
But it was
needed.
like chaotic because
Yes.
it's not the regular type of shit that you would want to hear on a podcast. It was like we're putting out our grievances type shit. Like we talking our shit.
Okay.
Yeah, Dante had his nuts on the table, and he just tight.
I did. I was
He was livid.
Sometimes you gotta put your nuts on the table, yo.
I'm learning that, you know. I'm learning to, and she tells me this all the time. Sometimes
do.
you gotta just speak your truth, and no matter what the consequences, you just gotta talk how you express how you feel.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens. But as long as you express how you feel, you'll feel better about yourself in the end,
Yeah.
regardless of the consequences. So I'm learning to do that more and more. It's hard because I have a very loose tongue. Like I don't think before I speak. Like I'll say whatever the fuck is in my mind at that moment, and I might hurt somebody's feelings really bad. And I'll be like, damn, I should have said that. That's my problem, and that's why sometimes I don't like to speak my mind because I just be talking.
No, I didn't know that. I thought it was the opposite. I thought you just don't speak your mind.
No, I'm just afraid of what I'm gonna say sometimes.
Because then it's like, oh, now I have to react accordingly to the response that I'm gonna get for what I said.
Yeah, because I could be mad at this situation right now, and then I'm gonna bring up something that happened in the past that I got over it, but it bothered me, and I'm gonna just express it. Finally,
So now we gotta address that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even want to address that.
when it's
but,
really
we're
like I'm
here.
past it, but now you got me tight. Now I'm gonna bring it up.
I
type
mean,
shit.
if you're gonna bring it up, that means obviously it's something wrong.
That was so
Yeah.
bothering
Whatever
you.
happened.
Yeah, it was actually something that you thought about.
That's true.
And that's okay. Like I feel like as long as you just stand on your word and literally
Mm-hmm.
just be truthful to yourself as well as others, then what more can you ask for? You know.
Facts. So I was gonna drop it. I made a post on IG about it and all that.
Oh, I was waiting.
Got people
I
hyped.
was fucking had my app open at 12:05, looking for that episode to drop.
Got people hype and shit like that, and then I'm looking for the episode. I'm like, hold up. I know I edited this episode. I listened to it. I edited it and all that shit. Where the fuck is this episode?
Solange
I have the
deleted it.
video.
Nope.
And I'm like, bro, I think I deleted it. Like, where the fuck is this episode?
Dante dead deleted.
So
his
now I
own
was
episode.
tight. I'm like, bruh, I got people ready for the episode and I can't even drop it.
Damn.
And I was gonna salvage the video, just make like the audio just a video version.
Yeah, yeah.
It would have sounded horrible, but at least it's something. But I was like, nah, I can't do that. Like
Quality.
Yeah, you know, like quantity over quality type
Just
shit.
do it. Just do it again.
So
Act it out.
act it out. And it's funny because she was like, I'm glad you're self-conscious to lead it because I don't think we should have dropped that episode.
I know Solange was glad.
No, because it really
Dante
was,
was
it was
on
a
her
sign.
ass. No,
It
Dante was
a
on your ass
sign.
that episode.
It was that a sign. I was like, I don't think this is gonna be good.
Like it's personal.
Yeah, it was a very personal episode. But
Yeah.
I thought it would have been good to like people could see like not everything is good and sweet on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, all podcasts that hosts kind of have issues and stuff, and you know behind the scenes shit. I thought it would have been a good episode for our fans to see and listen to. But I took out the sign like it's not that time yet, or maybe not that episode.
I got a laptop full of episodes like that.
Really?
I've been trying to start a podcast for like maybe 10 years now.
Mm.
With like different people at different times and all that stuff.
Right.
But we have a folder. It's called the Lost Tapes
I fuck with that.
because we said too much. In every there's like 6 episodes we just said too much. We said people's names. You know, we brought up like situations that happen between people. Like, and you know, at the beginning of every episode, we all say we're not gonna say nobody's names.
Right.
And then during the conversation, all the names
Names
come
are
out.
brought.
Yup.
So we just called it the Lost Tapes, and it's just on that laptop. And we're just like, I don't think we'll ever like actually release it. But the fact that it's there, it's like treasure to
Yes.
be found later.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
you didn't delete it, you know, if it's just secretly somewhere
It
else,
might be somewhere, yeah.
In
know.
the abyss in the cloud.
It might be. It might be. I must have renamed it. It's funny because I thought I named it the Lost Episode, and I couldn't find it. So I think
it's
damn,
It's
that
lost.
shit must be lost.
It's lost for real.
That shit must be lost for a reason. So
that shit on the dark web somewhere.
I'm saying. So I do apologize for not dropping that episode, but
We forgive you, Dante.
thank you.
I was
thank
looking
you.
forward to that episode, man.
I bet you
I had
were.
my popcorn ready, man.
I bet you
Swear
were.
to God.
Yo, I don't know what clip I probably would have chose for that episode either. I don't know what clip I would have chose.
Hey, man.
Nigga said, "Hey man," but
Got to be the spiciest
I
one.
feel like
I
it would have
know.
been a Quran one.
Yeah,
Karan clip.
yeah, because Karan was trying to lighten the mood the whole
He
time.
was trying to be. He was being a
being
dickhead
like
the entire
the
time. He was like
comedic
laughing
relief
and
throughout the whole
joking.
episode.
And then me and Dante just look at him like, please shut the fuck up.
Dante was mad. He was on your ass a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like that, man.
It didn't help because you were such an instigator. You were like, oh, what else?
You did not help at
Hey,
all.
look,
bro.
and another thing, yeah?
I'm trying to hash
Shut
out
up.
You know what?
So before the podcast, we was having a discussion about acquaintances versus actual friends.
Oh.
And and it's funny because me and like Solange says that's been a topic for the whole summer for her personally. And me and her we had this conversation a couple days ago. We had a conversation.
We did. We
And,
were reevaluating.
And I was telling her, like, I was at that point where, like, I knew mad motherfuckers. And I thought, all of them were my friends and all this other stuff. And then something happened, and it came to a point where I realized I call them casuals now.
Okay.
Like, I just have a whole bunch of casuals.
Okay.
Like, I know mad motherfucker people might be fly with me, think that we're cool. And to me, I'm like, nah,
You casual.
you just a
Facts.
casual.
That's
like,
right, so.
I may know her life, his life, mad shit about his life and shit. They don't know nothing about me.
Yeah. So that's my cutoff. It's like, how much have I shared back? Like, is it just a perception that you have of me? Because sometimes, sometimes you can have a really cool conversation with somebody
Facts.
where you do end up sharing, certain things, and that really creates a relationship between the person. But then it comes down to like, all right, was that just that night? Like, was that me venting some shit that I was going through to a stranger and leaving it at that? Or, was I really trying to see you, week to week, bi-weekly, monthly, like whatever it is,
Right.
because I got friends who I don't see and I want to. So at some point it's like, all right, I got to stop bringing new niggas in here and saying, yeah, yo, we're open 24 hours. Like, nah. Like, actually, nah. There's a population limit and I can't keep just filling the space up. At first it was just dropping it for myself, and like allowing myself to fill up more space. But then, get lonely, just in your own mind, thinking your own thoughts, not really parlaying with nobody. And then I was like, all right, who is actually my friend? And I started reaching out to some people, and I was very surprised of who actually was, and who I thought was, but it's like, oh, nah, it's actually like not that deep. So now I think I have a better understanding of who those people are. And on this last couple months on social media, I've just been syncing it up with what I think in my head. It's like, okay, we don't need to follow each other, and we just making that happen. Like, oh, I met you 7 years ago. You don't need to be here. You're not really one of my numbers, truly. Like that's not really a thing that's happening. So I've just been cleaning it up, and honestly, I've been having a lot better conversations with people.
Good.
And having real, really finding out about some people too, in a way that I didn't think I ever would.
I have a question. What was the generic question that you would ask these people to figure out the test to be if they're truly your friend? Did you have a specific question or was it different for each person?
It was different for each person, but I guess coming from me, it was more of how would I feel if you wanted to hang out? Most people don't hit you up, right? You got a whole phone book. Most people don't. Most of those people don't call you.
Facts.
So it was who hasn't called me in this long? If they called me tomorrow, how would I would I pick that up? Would I be excited? What's the feeling that I would actually have? And so it's more I guess if I had to form it into a question, it'd be are you excited to see me? Are you excited to talk to me, deal with me? Am I excited to talk to you, deal with you? Because you also got the people who they love you and you kind of you all right? You know what I mean? It's not always balanced. So I was just kind of looking for those people who it's no, I like you and you like me. That's the tribe,
But do you feel like sometimes in order to make any type of relationship or friendship work that you have to kind of have the initiative of hitting somebody up, or you have, I don't want to say forcing things, but kind of putting the initiative to, for the friendship and extending your hand first.
Yeah.
You ever think of like things like that?
Absolutely. But you got to mean it.
That part.
Yeah.
Like, long story short, like, I used to not necessarily think of myself very well. And there was a point where I had to, like, kind of redo that for myself.
Right.
And, like, you know, love myself more. But once I did that, I was like, oh, I'm not loving other people right either. Let me make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward for them. But what I learned is that just because I'm putting my best forward for other people don't mean that they're going to do the same thing for me. So,
Facts.
you know, you could always be the nice guy, and then, you know, you give everything away. And then you find when, you know, end of the week, you don't got nothing. You're like, what happened? It's like, you gave it all away, bro. Like, you did that. So to switch it up, it was like, okay, who's actually giving stuff to me? All right, well, when I have a bunch of stuff, I want to give stuff to them too. And keep it in like a balanced way, you know,
So
where
it's mutual.
yeah.
Right.
If I'm reaching out and I'm the only one reaching out, that's stupid. That's
a
stupid,
lot.
and that's on me. I'm bugging. I shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
Where if you keeping it at this level, I'm putting it up here.
Right.
That's my fault. That's not your fault. Like, that's me. So I need to stop doing that. If it's the reverse where you always hitting me up, maybe I need to start listening. Like, who are you? You know, like,
Right.
why are you always hitting me up? Like, what is it about me that you want? You
I
know,
feel that.
and
I'd
really
be-
start asking those questions,
Yes.
having those
Heavy
conversations.
on how
I be
you deal
asking
with
that.
that part.
I be asking myself that a lot.
I mean, do I want to do it or not? That's really it. Like, thankfully I didn't have to deal with too much of that, because I think the first time around I got rid of a lot of those toxic kind of people who are just like lashing on you. But, you know, for the few that remained, it was more just like, what is it that you see in me that I don't see in this relationship? Trying to figure out, like, why? Like, why are you hyped and I'm not? Like, what's going on here? Like, is it my fault? Like, is it me? Is it something I'm not paying attention? And some of it was me.
Jesus? I'm
So-
screaming. Sorry.
Some of it actually was me, and I was like,
I
you know
felt
what?
that.
I'm bugging, and you are my friend, and I need to treat you better. And I had to, like, actually, like, you know, make those concessions and do that. And, you know, every once in a while, it's like, no, you hyped because, like, you know, I consider myself a good artist, and, you know, sometimes people will be like, nah, man, I want to start rolling with you because they see the people that I hang out with, and, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay, some people are that, you know,
Yes.
so you gotta
100%.
pay attention, but.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, that's why I said it's different for everybody.
Right.
Because not everybody gonna speak the same language you speak.
Yeah.
So even if I ask you the question, you might take it completely differently than this person.
That's
So
very true.
It's less about the answer and more about, like, who they are while the conversation is happening and trying to figure that out. And I'm not perfect. I'm not 100% right all the
Yeah.
time. But
That's true.
we trying, you know, just trying to make it happen.
Finding out which humans connect with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's. I'm sorry. You just want to say
No,
something?
please go.
I think that's another thing I'm learning about in my 20s, going on my late 20s. I feel like now I'm at a point where, like, I'm really looking at, okay, who's really gonna be a part of my storybook
Yeah.
going into my 30s and 40s, like who really is, and like, cause I'm always like, I'm a social being, but I don't let a lot of people in, like, even like outsiders, like new people that I meet, I'm very like, I'm good off of you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I'm very heavy on, like, we have a great conversation, but it's just a conversation for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to drag this out. I don't need to hit you up and we can get a cup of coffee, talk. Like, I'm good off that conversation. But other people will do it to me. And then I'm
So
just
how
like,
do you know if they're the one? If that makes any sense. Like, how do you know, like, off of that conversation, it could be a good ass conversation. How do you know they're gonna stay for the rest of your life, or vice versa? Like, how,
I
like,
guess you don't know unless you really try, experiment.
Yeah.
And I stop experimenting a lot. Like, with new people I meet, I just keep that conversation, great conversation. I remember it. I'm not hitting you up.
So would you say you're in the same
I'm
level?
not following you. Like, I don't. It's okay.
But would you say you're in the same level as of, like, okay, you're gonna have this space, but you're not gonna make any more space for any new people?
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe because I feel like you're like mad social. I feel
I'm
like
mad
even both of
social,
y'all,
bro.
y'all both like social as butterflies. Y'all want to be around people. Y'all love connecting with people. So I mean, I don't know.
But we don't necessarily want to constantly be in the space 25/8 because we
I
need our
don't.
time
Yeah.
to ourselves.
Nah, it's exhausting.
To
Yeah.
recollect.
I don't.
Like, we like being in social events and we like being out, but that doesn't mean we like socially interacting 25/8. Like
Yeah.
sometimes we just like to observe.
Not all the time, but y'all, for the most part, like do a lot of interacting and a lot of socializing.
But that's just interacting to me. Like, yeah, I'm
Versus
sociable.
genuine like friendships,
Yeah.
relationships.
Connections.
Like to me,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
interact.
But
I
y'all
don't feel
make that though. But like even you like being around Solange's different friends, it seems like you actually make that genuine connection with a lot of people though.
No, yeah, I'm cool. It's
That's
funny
not
because we
funny.
had a conversation, and like, yeah, some of them have been opened up to me about like their personal lives and stuff, and that's awesome. Like, it's cool.
And Dante will still forget their name.
Oh yeah, Dante's
Like,
always forgetting a
like
name.
if I don't remember your name, bro, that's telling. You know what I'm saying?
That's not telling. You just
It's not telling.
You
but
are
still.
trash with names.
But it's just like, it's just like I appreciate you opening up, but
Like,
I have
thank you for
yet
telling me
to
about your
I have
baby
yet to
daddy
tell you about my life.
issues.
Yeah,
Like I haven't told none of y'all my life, so it's like,
the defenses are still up.
yeah, that's like, why are you talking?
But that's
to me?
not their fault though. Just
It's
because
not their
you're
fault.
not
It's me.
opening it up,
It's
open
me.
up like or opening up for like compared to somebody else doesn't mean that's their fault that you're not opening up.
It also could be like a trauma thing because there was a point where I would prioritize people that weren't my friends over my real friends.
Think so?
Oh, there was a point in my life I did that. I would not hang out with my true friends for a minute and just hang out with this new set of group.
It would more be like a girl. Like you'd be like, oh, you found a girl.
No, I mean, no.
Stop it, Dante.
Nah, yes, there was a point in that, but also I'm talking about like genuine friends, Like I remember a situation. There was genuine people that I met before, and they were really cool people, and I would just hang out with them a lot. I don't think I saw you guys like that for that much. Well, you don't ever come out, so I don't count you. But like I didn't see the boys for a minute, and I was just hanging out with this new group of people, and I started to see like a change in me. And like I just started to be more like not toxic, but it was just like a weird Dante that I didn't really fuck with.
Okay.
Like, you know, I started doing things I normally never do. Like, why am I doing this?
Right.
Like,
You,
why
you
am I?
wasn't even fucking with the new.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
why am I in a whole house and like?
With underwear on the floor and the pizza box next to
Oh, Dante loved that environment. Stop it though.
Nah, bro.
Dante couldn't wait to go back. I know you couldn't.
He's like, where them panties at?
Bro, I
Where they
never
at?
went back.
Yeah.
No. That was actually the last time I was like, Q7. Like, I'm never coming back to Q7 again. Even though we went back. But anyways, yeah, there was a point where I just would prioritize people that I just met, trying to see why you were there in my life. Like, let me see why you're here in my life. And I just kept on prioritizing them, and I started to see a change in me. And then I'm like, y'all not really my friends. Like, there's a reason why y'all in my life, and I'm definitely failing the test. Because now I'm missing my general connections that I do have, and now they're starting to get me tight. Because now I'm starting to think that you're not these people.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not these people?
I ain't gonna hold you. You and Solange are some fake introverts, yo. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Yo.
No, I'm an introvert.
I'm an
y'all-
ambivert. I'm
Y'all
dead
be
ass-
swearing
I'm
y'all
an
hate.
ambivert.
No, she's an ambivert. I'm
an
telling you,
ambivert.
I am an introvert,
Nah,
bro.
y'all be swearing y'all hate going out socializing, but
I
y'all be
hate
out
going
there every fucking week socializing kiki and yeah,
You're
every fucking
annoying.
week. Y'all some liars, man.
You are annoying.
Karan, if it was up to me, bro, me and Solange would be inside
That's
every
not true,
weekend.
Dante. That's not fucking
No,
true.
it is
dog.
true.
That's not true. You know you be wanting to go out or you be wanting to social. I know you, Dante.
And
Stop
ver-
it.
No, there's a difference between socializing and a difference between going out. Because you can go out and you do not have to socialize.
Yes.
Like, Karan, you go
Like, we
out and
went
you
hiking.
don't socialize.
Like,
I
we
ain't got to
went
talk to
hiking,
no
bro.
one going hiking.
Yeah.
You talking to me? I feel that 100%. That's me.
That's what I'm
That is
saying.
me.
So, like, we don't always have to, like, the events that we go to involves people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we be socially interacting.
Y'all
Like,
be socializing.
You at the function by yourself.
that
Have
ass.
a good ass time.
Yeah.
By yourself.
That ass.
That'd be the blast, bro.
That ass.
Y'all don't be doing that.
I
We
do
don't,
that shit
because we
all the
always
time.
got something
Yeah,
to
y'all
say. Don't get me
always
wrong.
around somebody. Y'all talking to some type of people. Y'all are out there. Just say it. Like me, I'm an introvert. I don't leave my house.
He don't.
I get anxiety around people. I don't get anxiety around people, but like I found myself in like situations and I'd be
So-
like, what am I doing? Like
So us going to a function and not talking to anyone is still a social interaction.
no. I mean if you're not talking to no one, I guess no.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all never go out just to not talk to nobody.
Yes,
y'all
we
go out,
do.
y'all talking to people.
Yeah, we gotta say hi to the people that we know. Like, that's fake as fuck. But like, we're not purposely going out of the way to be like, yes, I need to have this conversation with this one
I'm not
person
saying
right
y'all
now
going
at
out
this
the.
function.
I'm not, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying y'all are going out the way to do that. But when y'all are out in the environment, you guys naturally attract people, so you're going to do that.
It's not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Never.
But y'all want that interaction.
No,
Yes, you do.
no, hold on. Nah. I kind of want to hop in here.
You got it.
So, as somebody who also like has that kind of attractive energy, where
You
it's
really
like,
do. You're very like. Sorry, when I met Logic. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Nah,
off.
please, hop in.
When I met you, you were very quiet, but like to yourself. And then we got drunk, and then it became a great time.
So
Loosen them up.
I tell people that like it's really like I'm not gonna say necessarily 0 to 100, but it's like on and off where it's like it's either silence or we having a deep ass conversation with me
Facts.
because there's no like otherwise I don't want to talk
Yeah.
because it's like I'm sorry, hey guys, I don't know about y'all, but I'm alive. And I figured that out, and my brain is just constantly being like, "Hey, you're alive. What are you doing? Like, what's happening?" You know. So if I'm not in my own thoughts, figuring my own shit out, we need to be having a real conversation. Like, you can't be talking about the weather.
So you hate small talk.
That I'm really not a fan at all. I be making fun of people during small talk.
I love small talk.
If people start small talking me, I start like taking what they say and making them sound stupid. Like, it's a real bad habit. It's a real bad habit. Like people say things that are like important to them, and I'll like laugh like really loud, and I'll catch it after the fact, and I'll try to like make a joke out of it. But I realize it's just like because you're not really talking to me, which is so. What you were saying is like sometimes. People come around you and they're like talking to you and you're just like, yeah, like this is whatever. And it's like, yeah, because this is whatever. Like this is a whatever conversation.
Yes.
Like you're not trying to get to know me. You're talking to me because you're in this place as well. And you feel like you should be talking. So you started talking.
Yes.
And so another thing I guess like that helped me like separate out from some of those people is like, are you actually interesting? Like, is there, and it's not even, like, it's not this, like, one, there's boring people out there, like, let's just be real about it. And
it's
then,
okay to be boring.
Some people are just boring. Y'all don't do
Facts.
nothing. Y'all really not bringing nothing that I haven't
Facts.
seen on TV. And that's that. But also, some people are just not willing to give you the cool side of themselves.
Facts.
And it's like, all right, if you're willing to give me the cool side of yourself, now it makes me go, okay, maybe we can be friends. Like maybe we can have this moment of sharing because you're actually willing to give me something interesting, and I go, oh, that's fucking interesting. So now there's something in you is reaching out to me. Instead of it just being me and everybody's like, like we want to be around you.
Right.
Oh, you go to the party and you actually dance. We want to be around you. Like it's like, I don't like. I was actually just talking about this with my homegirl. White dudes at parties, once they see that you dancing, they're like, hey, and now they want to be your best friend all fucking night.
About that.
That's a fact. Oh my god.
And I say fucking get light in front of big ass group of white people and be happy. I'll play it, Dante.
That was welcome to high school, though.
I'm not saying you chucking and jiving for the whites. Don't worry.
It's not. I mean, until you find out what shucking and jiving is.
Oh god. But fuck, what was I saying?
Chucking and jiving for the whites.
Never that. But
the people, the attraction.
Oh yes. Yeah, Karan, I don't like people. I don't like people.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
Like,
No, you can tell when Dante's social battery is that I'll see
Yeah, I
him
can tell.
interacting
No.
with people,
Yeah.
and after the 10th, that's crazy. I'm like, how am I gonna save this boy from this conversation?
like,
We had a conversation at the art show
yes.
that I was in between. I didn't know if I had gone past your social battery or if you were genuinely like fucking with what I was saying.
Nah.
Because I felt like I was talking a lot.
But we had a great conversation. Though.
Dante, shut up. What was it? Dante's hitting you with the word.
Nah,
For real, for
wasn't.
sure. Word.
Yeah, nah, damn.
No, we had a great conversation. Y'all gotta chill. We had a great conversation though.
Because you was asking me questions and I was just answering them, but I felt like some of my answers was a little long-winded. So there were certain points where I realized, I've been talking for a bit.
Nah, it's funny because I generally enjoyed our conversation. We had a great conversation. So, I think you had to take a picture with Danny. So you
I
dipped.
ended up wandering off,
So I went to Solange. Me and Solange went to Solange talking to some guy that was there, and then she dipped and left me with the guy. So the guy was talking to me, and I was like, "All right, bro." I'm like, "Okay."
I'ma holler at you.
Yeah, like I was over it. I was over the conversation literally in 2 minutes. I was like, "Okay, like you're not." who are you?
Some,
Like,
sometimes people will say like a sentence and you're like,
yeah,
that's it. I don't want to be here. Like,
okay,
that's not it.
It's not it. It's not it. But
Well, really, when I get into my writing, it's like, oh,
come on, bro. Like, come on.
all right.
Don't you love it when you have to be the revelation person? Like when people just come up to you and they just start venting to you and they're like, "Oh, thank you for helping me get my life together." And it's like I didn't do nothing besides just be here.
Ain't
Yeah.
do shit. Just been listening.
But
to you.
mirror your personality
Literally,
for 30 minutes.
literally, bro. So
I hate that shit so much. It actually is the reason that I've been like cleaning up because
Aw.
I realize I'm like, oh, I can't just be giving that to everybody. I can't be giving it to everybody, and then like two, it's like the people who I do want to give it to, it's like I can't half give it to them. So I really gotta like pay attention to like who I'm giving my energy to, and make sure I'm actually caring about the people I actually care about, because it'll be like 4 months and I hit them up and I'm so excited to see them and they looking at me like, nigga, where you been? And I'm like, damn, I have been away. I can't say shit.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I would ask you, Karan, but you're pretty good at like knowing who's your friend and who's not your friend, because you don't talk to motherfuckers.
Think so?
Yeah. Like a lot of people know you and they be like, yo, Karan's dope, and every time I bring them up, you be like, yeah, you cool, yeah, all right. We talk once. like you're kind of good at really detecting who's really gonna be your friend and who's just like someone that's just there.
Yeah, but I'm just like I feel like I'm like truly an introvert. Like,
No, you're an introvert.
Doesn't mean you're a friendless introvert.
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, you love being around people, which is why you promote your party for Saturday.
I just want to have a good time.
Uh-huh,
See, the
okay.
thing is, like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm super in my head. So even like, it's funny when Logic was saying earlier about even just being the best version of your friend, like for of yourself for like
For
other
your
people
friend,
around you. Like, I relate to that so much because I'm the type of person, like, if everything isn't 100%, like with me, it's hard for me to like I'm the type, I feel guilty. I feel like if I don't have anything to offer you like at the moment and I'm working on myself, that this is not a good moment.
Bruh.
And I would rather like connect with you when I'm like up and I'm fully like motivated and doing everything I have to do. But other than that, I'm just super in my head. Like, I'm always just working, trying to get shit done. And I don't want it to be like that all the time. Like, I want to change that. Like, I look forward to like going out with y'all and shit, but it's hard, man. Like, when you got an adult and shit, and that can affect like my relationships with my friends, my family, because it's like I really want to be the best version of me for you, but if I'm
so
still working on shit, it's hard.
Wow.
It's hard, man.
I co-sign everything you just said. It might as well have been me talking. Like,
No, because even when you were talking, like, I felt that. I'm like, damn, like, no, I feel that 100% because it's real shit, man.
yo, I've been tired of people before, and I didn't like
Yes.
feeling that way.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn. Like, even the people I liked, it was just like I was just out of it. Like, so I
Yeah.
couldn't do. It's like, yeah, like you wanna, but you're not really there.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like,
not
all
there
right.
to do anything at the moment, and yeah. A lot of people can like misinterpret that the wrong way because I know a
Yeah.
lot of people who even like maybe it wasn't the right time for us to connect and they might have thought it was it was not beef but
But they took it personally, and it's
took
like it's not about you.
offense to that. Yeah, so I think that's what you're talking about, Dante.
Fuck those people though.
That
Like,
ass
on
fuck
some
those
shit.
people.
I don't want to
Fuck
say
those people.
fuck them because like a lot of people I genuinely like, but it's just like I can't offer you anything. You can't offer me anything. Like, it's cool that we think we're cool. But I don't know. I feel like friendships with me, I always feel like I want to offer you something. You know what I'm saying? I want to connect with you, offer you something, work together, really build up on each other's lives. I don't.
Does it always have to be about building something, or
Yeah,
can it
I
just be
mean,
about the sake of mutual respect?
it
That we
doesn't
just
ha-
really need
It doesn't have
that
to.
person there just to be there,
It
and not
does-
even like do anything for us, but just like be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wanna
but
work on that.
I could do that over here. Like, I don't need to be next to you if that's what we're doing. Like, you don't got to be in the car when we driving to Montauk or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever. Like, if our relationship is whatever, then it really is whatever.
That's fair.
So, but is that even a friendship then?
That part.
Nah, not even acquaintance,
Casual.
casual.
Cause there's genuine people who I do love, but it's like I'm not
I was just about to ask you.
like, cause like we don't have to build anything in relation. Like, I'm a dancer, I'm an artist, and most of my friends are not dancers or artists. They're 9 to 5ers. They don't do the same shit, but like their presence is still like more than enough to keep each other like going type shit. If that makes any sense.
So I have a question. So as a dancer, you meet countless number of people, and you connect with other stuff. Is it hard for you to really determine who's really a casual or a friend?
I think as of this year right now, yes, because back then it was super easy in college. Like, I knew if I fucked with you, I fucked with you, and we would hang out 25/8, and then like just by energy, like who I would have over at the dorm, sleepover, vice versa. But like being an adult now, I definitely like take a step back, and I'm like, you see me now struggling, like, cause I've been a part of a company for like almost 2 years, and I'm still questioning who is really in my tight circle of friends, and even the people that I really do trust and fuck with, I'm still skeptical and being like, nah, you're not really there yet. When they are showing their genuine selves and we're like having really good deep conversations, but it's like me limiting myself to being available and open to others for the sake of like the safety defense, which is why they're not at a level that other people would be like, nah, that's your friend type shit.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of like, I know it's a me thing. Like, I know me personally, like, that's where I'm at right now, and it's not them. It's just me understanding my boundaries and where I lie and who I really want to have in my life and vice versa, because it really sucks being an artist in the world. And then, like, as you said before, like, who is really a part in you and with you for the sake of just, like, fucking with you, and who just wants to fuck with you just because you're the artist.
It's also like, who's strong enough to like tussle with you, like for real?
That part, because we are not weak.
Yeah.
Like,
Not for the
like
weak.
being with anyone is honestly a lot, but like with the artist, I feel like it's not for the weak, because we have so much shit on our plate for our creativity, and like it's really all on us, on top of the fact that like we're not meant to function the same way societal norms wants us to. So it makes it like a tiny bit harder with the anxiety of like how you had to quit your job for the sake of timing and your mentee. But it's like, okay, now how the fuck am I gonna pay my bills with my art?
Right. Figuring this shit out. At the same time, it's also just like, yeah, sometimes you need somebody in your life who will tell you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you being stupid, you know what I mean? And you can't see it because, you know, you're you. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, having people in your life who can actually do that, you know,
So that
who
you see,
you know, like, it's weird, like, to say it, but, like, you know, whether it be, you know, introversion, whether it be depression, whether it be, like, whatever it is, like, that thing that kind of keeps you away from people, if there's not somebody who's like, nah, nigga, get your ass over here, you know, sometimes you're really not going to go. And I've had some of those people in my life be like, nah, you got to get out. And then I have a great time. And I'm like, yo, what was wrong with me that I wasn't going to do it? And the only reason I even feel that way is because of that. Instead of, like, you know, a couple people in my life who are, like, I'm not going to say they're enablers, but sometimes if I'm in a sad mood, they're not trying to bring me out of it. Like, they're like, oh, man, you just feel that way today, and it's okay, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, that's great. Until it's, like, month 4, and I'm still feeling the exact same way. Like, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it myself. Like, I couldn't lift myself out of it. So none of y'all could either. Damn, that sucks. I need new people.
That part.
That's a bar.
That
Man.
I need to switch this up because we not going up. And, you know, something had to happen.
Okay, I will say in regards to build up like that, then okay, yeah, definitely. But I'm like, in regards of like, I guess materialistic investments with business and shit like that, it's like I don't need, not to be like, I don't need nothing from you, but it's like I don't need you to give me the basics of making me exist, but I do need you for the sake of the comfortability of just like the social interactions of like building healthy mentalities and like having good people in my environment to help build me up in that way.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Okay.
I feel that.
Okay.
Because it's like I could genuinely have a conversation with a friend who I haven't seen in forever. We don't gotta do shit. I could just be there and smoke a blunt and talk to you for 5 hours, and I am happy. Like, I am super happy. Like, that just filled me up completely. My cup is full. Thank you. Like, I could go home and do what I need to do.
I feel that.
We don't have to, like, go out, have dinner, make drinks, make the best spectacular thing ever, like, make an adventure. Like, no. We could genuinely just have a conversation and chill and vibe.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. You good, Karan?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, man.
Nah, I saw you was looking in the corner like you saw something out of your
I
corner.
don't know, man. I'm chilling.
Alright. I just gotta make sure.
Do you think y'all friends do, as far as like what Logic was saying, like kind of uplift you out of the slumps? Do you guys, like Solange and Dante, you think your friends do a decent job of doing that?
Sometimes. It's a bit of both. Because sometimes we be wallowing in our own misery and we just be depressed together. And sometimes that feels good. Sometimes I'm not gonna
Sometimes,
hold you.
yeah.
Sometimes like. Eventually we'll be like, all right, bitch, let's go fucking work out or do some shit. Like, we can't be in this fucking miserable sack of lump forever. But like, thank you for making me feel human. Like, it's okay to be sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's okay to be sad. Like, we don't have to be like the false positivity of like, let's go do something great and amazing to build ourselves up. Like, nah. No, we gonna eat this ice cream. We go smoke this hookah and we go smoke this blunt and we're gonna be fucking miserable talking about why we hate ourselves. And then we're gonna feel great afterwards because it's not us, it's them.
Do you think that's I want to say a thing that women are fortunate to have over men? Because I feel like a lot of men groups don't
y'all
have
do
that.
too, but like y'all don't. Y'all have the same. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. It's a possible thing because the same way that y'all niggas be going to the bar and having a drink and just like talking it out and hashing, like y'all could do it. It's just different.
It's
We
different.
not raised like that.
Yeah.
I know, like you guys sadly don't get the freedom to be vulnerable. You guys have to be like the macho man and like hold that shit in and like
Yeah.
be manly men. But like I feel like this societal, like this generation, nah, you gonna be healthy today.
I'm going to be healthy today.
Like, you gonna cry it out today.
Now is probably one of the first times in my life where I have homies that I could like actually be like that vulnerable with. But then like I still have to get over the fact that
It's okay to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's
And not
what it
feel like a
is.
little bitch. Be like, oh shit, I was just vulnerable with you, man.
Because I
Yeah.
did still feel like a little bitch. So when that
There's
happens,
something very
100%.
masculine and manly about feeling like a little bitch.
It's like, what you mean I can't tough this out?
I'm saying.
I'm good though. I'm good.
I'm good.
But are you really though?
No, absolutely not. Dead ass not.
I am not fucking okay.
Yo,
Dante,
for
do you
real.
think we do that enough in our friend circle?
Nah.
We just started doing that, if you want me to be honest with you.
I mean, congratulations.
If you want to be completely honest. Because I still don't vent to you guys, but I'm
How
slowly.
to-
You still don't, man.
I still don't. But I'm slowly,
Slowly but
little
surely.
bit, little steps venting to you guys.
Did we used to do that back in the day? Because I know,
Hell
like,
no.
not like vent, but I feel like even like when I would be going through stuff at home and like just chilling with y'all and the guys, like even if we're not like just having fun and be like, drinking.
It's like you wouldn't vent, but we would know about it because you would
Yeah.
like tell us what the
Yeah,
situation is,
yeah.
and we would never talk about it.
Exactly. It was
But
not
we'll
about
just
your
be there
feelings.
for you,
yeah.
Right.
and we'll just like do guy shit.
Right. It's like, damn, he feeling down because of this. It's
Yeah.
not like we didn't delve into your feelings about it.
Exactly.
We're not trying to fix you.
But you
Yeah.
can sense
You
it.
gonna fix you eventually.
Exactly.
But we here for you
We
while
here
you
for
fix
you
while you
while you
fix
fix
it.
it.
It's like
That's
Damn.
what we. Yeah, that's what we was doing. That's what we was
Y'all
doing.
said that's crazy. It could have been me though. Having this beard.
on some occasions definitely couldn't be me.
Nah.
That's
It's
crazy.
Yeah.
Now I think we slowly started to get like. Remember we had that whole guy episode, and you was like shocked, like why the fuck is niggas being so vulnerable right now? Like Karan was so shocked to hear these niggas sound so mature. Karan
Mine
was
is
so
that-
like Root was pouring his heart out over shit, and Karan was laughing on the corner. And Root was like, "Yo, why you laughing?"
Because this nigga want to say this shit when we on camera, but never want to say shit when we just chilling drinking.
That ass.
He want to get into all his emotions when the camera start recording. I'm like,
Nigga said,
nigga,
who are you?
like nigga, I've known you since I was 8 years old. You never did none of this shit. Like,
So I think now we're
He can't
slowly.
yeah, but isn't that like even for that? Yo, Ruben, I've been neighbors with Ruben
Y'all
since
knew
I was
longer than
8
me.
years old,
Yup.
and like been to his house hundreds and hundreds of times, and
Yup.
like now when the camera, I mean, not saying that's a bad thing because I appreciated it, but it was
Right.
weird. It's
He
like,
can't be a
nigga,
changed man.
It just caught me off guard because I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I've known you since
Nah.
I was 8, and I've never seen you talk about your feelings. And shit.
Exactly.
I agree.
Karan was like, you got feelings?
It's not some of that should be crazy. 'Cause
Yo, crazy.
So like I'm friends with like all the different boroughs. Like I grew up in New York, so it's like, and I was the party guy, so I'm always here, there, left, right, don't matter. But it's like like I got niggas from Brooklyn and the Bronx. They tough dudes. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Queens bro, so it's like we not necessarily like in our feelings, but we more likely to be in our feelings sometimes.
Right.
Versus like a dude on the block in Brooklyn, like he can't talk shit because niggas will roast his ass.
Yeah.
So the day that he do actually come to you and say some shit, you like, oh shit, bro, like you actually think about this shit? Like, damn, I didn't even like, because he's never actually showed that side of himself.
Right.
So now you looking at him like, oh shit, like if you're not ready for it, like if it's not the right situation, sometimes that shit could go left.
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
OD, like
Facts.
because sometimes the emotion is anger, and now you like, all right, we just gotta get this dude out of here.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like, oh, now we're gonna talk through your feelings or whatever. Like it's like, nah, we gotta leave. Cause you scaring the hoes right now.
Scaring the hole.
You can't be here. You was fifth man, and it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yeah, nah. Once you start scaring the hoes, you gotta bounce.
It's a problem.
gotta bounce.
This
Yeah.
wasn't it.
Hell no.
We're gonna talk about this
that's
later.
Funny.
On some shit, we
That's
gonna talk about
funny. Yo, that took me back to the time where I was going through like an emotional problem, and I was at Justin's house, and you guys were not paying me no dirt, and I was standing outside in the rain, and y'all cracking up and shit. It's like, nah. So I was the only person that came out to make sure I was okay. He was like, it's like, yo, this nigga wild. Like this nigga want to
He
have
was
an
having a
episode.
whole revelation about his family, talking about his like parents and shit like
Yeah.
that. Like he was dead trying to be deep in shit.
Damn.
These
And
niggas
we
were
had-
like,
we had
if you
mad
guys don't
women
take
over.
this beer, they were making fun of his family and shit.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up because I still laugh about that at least like once every few months. Yo.
I bet you do.
I tell my girl,
Yo,
yo,
you
Tom
like
Dante
that?
was on the.
I mean, I'm sorry you had this moment in a place where you couldn't like really like get into it, but
Yeah.
visualizing you standing in
No,
the rain
that's what I'm
is
saying.
hilarious.
Bro,
I
it sounds-
cannot pretend.
It sounds,
Bro,
it's fucked up.
I
But
was
it
in
was funny
Indian-
as fuck.
I was in Indian style, pouring out raining, just sitting in the middle of the
Damn,
road.
we
bro.
was at a party and it was pouring outside, and this
Pouring
man went
outside.
outside in the rain and sat in the middle of the street.
Yes, yes.
because he was sad.
Yo,
It was bad, bro.
like
Nah,
it was
take your
bad.
ass inside, man. What the fuck? In the middle of the street in the rain, like
Yo,
get
it was
inside,
bad,
man.
bro. It was bad.
It's kind of fire though. It's poetic in another sense.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be in the rain. So,
Nah, sometimes you need friends to be like, nigga, get your ass.
The
up.
You
rain,
do.
the rain was
Sometimes-
washing you, bro. Like,
yeah.
It was a cleanse.
It was a cleanse. Cleanse me of all that negative energy that I had.
Was y'all together at that point?
No.
Nah, we
Shouts
was.
to you, peeping and pulling up on the boy.
I'm
I
saying.
always saw Dante's a sad boy, but that was a different night. They were dead making fun of him. I was yelling at them. I'm like, if you guys
Yeah,
don't
she
get
was
your
tight as
fucking
fuck.
friend,
No, the
like what
funny.
the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Talk.
I wish we could.
Talk.
Does Solange even know what that was about? I'm not gonna tell her right now, but whatever. No.
Listen, if it's not for the pod, don't say it.
I would love to know. Was it about a
Don't
girl?
let this become a lost tape.
Was it about?
I love life. Life just comes back full circle.
I'm trying to get
Was
published.
it about? I thought it was about his family because there's two moments in times where he cried.
Dante,
That-
I don't want to go into details, but can I please let her know what it was about?
Oh.
You know it was about you, right?
Was it?
Oh,
No, talk.
Dun dun dun.
No,
This
talk.
was high school.
Yeah,
The senior year?
It was my senior year, my birthday. We threw a party. At
No,
Justin's
it was
house.
not that day. It was not that day.
Damn.
It was not that
Oh.
day. It was no because
That's the day you was in the middle of the street.
no, that was the same day where Samoa went into Justin's screen door
Yes.
and that shit
Oh,
broke.
So you got
Oh, that
multiple.
was a good ass party.
Yeah, it wasn't that day.
I
Oh,
thought
Wait,
it
so
was
there's
that
multiple
day.
middle of the road.
Yeah, it was multiple.
You a middle of the road.
It was multiple.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Well,
was
that
not that
day,
day.
Dante got in a fight because of you. I will say that.
Why? What
It
I
wasn't
do?
that day. It wasn't that day.
Fire.
All I did was throw up for the first time in my life.
No,
and then went home.
I remember that. I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
because
this is
that was
juicy
the day.
shit.
That was
I
the
would
day-
love to know about
That was the
this
day
then.
where you had that situation with Shorty.
Yeah. When I dropped her.
Yeah,
by
that was
accident.
that. That was that
Shouts to
day.
her.
And Samoan incident. That was the day where I'm probably gonna chop this out, but that was the day where you and sorry, she came over, and then
We bleeped
there was
them out.
like two niggas
Yes.
that was there,
Yes.
and you stepped over those niggas, like you stepped over crib,
Yes.
and like I found it out like an hour, 2 hours later, like yo, Solange went to sleep over, sleep over Shorty's crib with these like two niggas, and I was like, what two niggas? And then and then they was like, nah, you good, you good.
No, I'm sorry, because any man that's like, she's where? With two niggas.
With two niggas?
That y'all making me
Yo,
sound
bro,
crazy.
two random
Y'all
niggas,
making me
bro.
sound crazy as
But
fuck.
but that's what I'm saying, because it just sounds crazy.
It sounded
You're making
crazy
me
to
sound
us,
crazy as
bro.
hell.
It sounded crazy.
Like I knew these two niggas.
Dante
I know,
was,
but I didn't.
But he don't. Exactly.
I didn't sound like
exactly.
he
sound
was
like-
upset. Dante
Bro,
was
'cause
upset.
I was like, y'all
boy.
let her go away with two niggas?
Two niggas.
Like, who are these niggas? So I remember I was texting you, calling like, yo, where the fuck is she at? Because I thought Niggas was gonna run the train on you because you was drunk. You was fucked up, bro.
You thought Salam's gonna get.
Bruh,
You thought your queen was gonna get ran
This
through.
nigga was looking for his Daredevil costume, yo. This nigga was
Bro,
like, nah, don't
I was
watch.
tight. Bro, I was so tight. I was like, nah, this is not about
It's
to
funny
happen
because
right
I
now.
thought you weren't focused on me. I thought you were focused on the girl who was running into screen doors.
Nah, bro.
Shorties never know when we focused on her, yo.
Never. They never
Never.
know.
You had
So-
too many shorties to focus on back then. You were missing.
Chill.
your
I think was trying to focus on a lot of different
Chill,
shorties.
Hey, all right.
Chill. So I was like, nah, bro. Like, cause I forgot who I fought, but I was tight, bro. Cause I was like, nah.
You
y'all-
fought someone over that?
I don't know who I fought though.
Stop it.
You don't need to know who you fought. You just
It was
fought.
you.
No, hell no, it wasn't me. Nigga, I'll just laid your ass down.
Right.
I forgot who I fought, but I was tight.
I will say it was family. He fought.
Who'd you fight?
You're thinking about another night.
That was another situation.
Yes.
That was over.
No, that was something over different.
See,
But-
Dante's always fighting over some girl, man.
I love this conversation. This is a real nigga conversation.
real
Like, this is the
nigga
kind of
conversation.
conversation I like to have, all right? Like, where it's like, nah, man, and I was feeling like this because she was done. And I was like,
Yeah.
yes. You did what?
So I was so tight because I'm like, yo, that's my friend, and y'all just let her walk away with two niggas that none of y'all knew. Nobody knew. I didn't even know that shorty was at the party, so I was just like, what the fuck
Yes,
is
you
going
did,
on?
because you came outside and then you left me as soon as I was puking in the middle of the road.
Yeah, because she came. I was like, you good. And then I found out
he didn't
want
to watch you puke.
Yeah, no, I don't like
He
watching.
didn't want
That's-
to. He didn't want to help me out, but he was upset that I left so I could.
Nah,
get my
that's
own
his
help.
queen. He can't have that
Oh
image.
God.
I cannot. God, you ain't shit. Yo.
I'm with you, bro. I'm right here with you. I'm right here. I completely
I
understand.
think you ain't helping him.
Listen, nah, you gotta understand that the way when it comes to a dude liking somebody, when it comes to a dude thinking about somebody, is a very specific way that we have to go about that shit in order for us to be the person that we gotta be to even make that shit happen. And women don't understand this because it's like it's an internal thing. We don't get to express our feelings. So if we then something happens where we're now in our feelings about something, it might fuck the whole situation up.
Facts.
So niggas will leave a situation real quick to
Facts.
deal with you on Thursday. You know what I mean? Because it's
Facts.
like if Tuesday is fucked, that might fuck up every situation after it. So it's like, nah,
But
this.
that could be fucked up because what if I'm gone on Wednesday? Now you can't even fix the situation that you wanted to on Thursday.
But you're not going on Wednesday because if you was going on Wednesday, we would know because we got a information situation going on where we know.
Meanwhile,
where you
this man
finna
was
be,
thinking I
not
was getting
finna
a
be.
train ran on me by two dudes.
No, it's just the possibility of it happening because he don't know
Possibility.
these two niggas. If he was with two niggas, if he was with two niggas that he knew, he would have been no
How
no
you know
issue.
that?
That's not true. I've been in that
Exactly.
situation.
I
with
mean,
Dante, too.
I mean, depending on who they are, if you
Depending
know
on
them,
who
you know
it
what I
is.
mean. Depending on who they are, but
Yeah, Dante. I just seen Dante storm out mad when he found out a girl he brought was sleeping over my house because she was drunk. Man, stop it.
Oh yeah, bro.
What? You gonna sleep at his house? You drunk?
Yeah.
No, it was Dante. You was player hating, man.
Player hater. I was not
I
playing.
was gonna make
hater.
sure that girl was nice and fine.
And it's funny. She ended up sleeping in her fucking car, right?
because you put the battery in her bag that we was weirdos.
I ain't put no battery in her
the
fucking
fuck,
bag.
Dante?
No.
Dante, you always on some bullshit over a girl, man. You always on some emotional bullshit over some woman.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Slow down, cowboy.
tonight on the
Dante,
real
you was playing.
on the Real Soapbox podcast.
I'm saying. Talk about venting about our feelings. Go ahead. Go off.
You was player hating.
I was not playing
Well,
hater.
whatever.
Oh, whatever. Now you want to be like,
Nah,
whatever.
Dante was dirty, man. You be dirty, man.
Oh, my God.
That's another topic
hold
too.
on. I don't like that word.
Dirty
I
Mac.
don't like that word.
Dante's a dirty macker, yo. Used to be a dirty macker.
How you feel about that, Dante?
I'm not a dirty Mac.
Okay.
I'm
Nah,
not a dirty
Dante. You know what? Like the definition of dirty macking?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What is it?
It's pretty
Educate
much
me,
just
girl.
like putting dirt or information in somebody's head about somebody else that they're interested in. So, like Dante, for example, like
You tear down other niggas so that you are the.
No,
the
I
higher.
wouldn't call Dante a dirty macker.
he was. A
I
dirty
would
macker.
just say that Dante's a very emotional macker and that he likes to prioritize the women that he claims. And when he sees other people claiming them, he gets butthurt.
Yeah, she-
No.
Nah, Dante's the type like
I'm
he'll
He's
gonna
not
let
gonna
you
shit
get
on.
shit
He's not
off.
gonna shit on his nigga. He's
I'm gonna let
he's
you get
not
that
gonna
shit
shit
off.
on his niggas.
I'm gonna let you get your shit off.
But he's gonna emotionally
Nah,
manipulate
defend
y'all.
yourself.
Nah, I'm
Nah.
gonna let you get the shit off first.
Nah, he's low key shit.
He's not. I haven't seen him shit on y'all.
But I mean, I don't feel Dante, but I mean, Dante used to be the type like he'll bring.
How does this turn into bashing Dante?
Cause it's fun, Dante. That shit is fun, man.
Listen, I've listened to a couple podcasts. They do that every podcast.
yeah,
Thank
every
you.
time. We've been doing that since we was 8 years old.
That's a fact. Continue.
I better leave my man alone.
No, I don't want to go into detail. But
Oh,
yeah,
now you wanna
Dante.
go into detail.
No, Dante. He's dirty Mac a bunch of times.
I say I don't like that word because I've been accused of it, right?
You look
But-
like you were dirty Mac too.
But you know what's crazy about it? I really don't be dirty macking. Niggas will fuck their own shit up. And then Shorty will ask me, and I'll be like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. But the one thing I can say is that because I know certain people and I know how dumb they be on certain shit, like, I don't hide my expressions well.
Yes.
So it's like, if some
Yes.
chick come up to me and she's like, oh, what did so-and-so say about blah, 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 I'll be like, oh, I don't really know nothing about it. You know, so now she's like,
Yup.
oh, so he did say, and I can't really say nothing
That's
about
different
it.
though. That's
You know,
not dirty Mac.
But which is why I say, like,
Yeah.
I don't really appreciate the word because it's like niggas will come up to me after, like, nah, we saw her talking to you and now she don't want to come over.
I can see
and
how
I'm
that can
like,
be perceived though.
dog, you did that. I didn't
Yup.
do anything. You did that. She asked me about some shit you did and I ain't say nothing to her. Like, I kept it fifth, but, like, I did laugh because you a dumbass. Like, I don't know what to say.
I'm screaming. I could see that. I would be like, Dante would honestly try and be a wingman, but it's like the wing is not winging. It's kind of broken.
Dante he be thinking like he'll lead you on thinking that like he's the wingman, and then he'll try to scoop up your own sitch. for
No.
himself.
No.
Think of
Dante,
me, bro.
you a dirty man.
Yo, what do you
Dante,
think of
I've
me?
known you my whole life, nigga.
What do you think
How
of
many
me?
times have we been in an environment where you invited women and we invited women over, and like, you know what I'm saying? Dante might have
No, me.
had a little not thing for the woman, but he might have been feeling the women, and like they were choosing up on other folks. And
Choosing it.
And then Dante is gonna put a little battery in their back, like, oh, you gonna choose up on
That's
him?
what you gonna pick?
You gonna choose up on him? Are you sure? Like he's that.
All right.
nigga,
Sure
man.
him right there?
You sure you
Like,
gonna choose
you
up on
heard
him?
about him in the no.
So
Sorry.
Again,
Continue.
only in facial expressions I've done that. Because it'll be like, oh, I think I'm gonna see you so and so, and I'll be like,
That's dirty
but
macking.
that's
No,
my
that's
fault.
hating.
that
That's
is
dirty
absolutely
macking.
my fault.
That's
But
dirty
also, like, think about it, like if you see a nigga like, you know, sitting in his own vomit, you know, on some dumb shit that he did. And then, like 2 weeks later, some cute chick, who look like she got a future,
Right.
is like,
Look like she got a future.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to his house. You kind of like, that's
hate.
crazy.
That's hate. That's hate. Nope, that's hate. That's hating. That's hate right there.
But
You can't say that. You can't give that expression.
But I'm not doing it to her. Like, it's not me looking at her like, bitch, you crazy. It's me going over here.
Yeah. But
I'm
you know
over
it's-
here. Like, I'm to myself.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not anyone else's fault if they peep your face?
Yeah. But you know what's funny though? Is that women do that shit constantly though.
We do.
That's the thing.
I know.
And that shit is so common. So the fact that for men it's called dirty macking is
It's like,
crazy
wow,
to
you
me.
picked like of my
Like, for us sharing
5
an
homies,
opinion.
You picked the dude who like low key be stanking sometimes.
Y'all hate
You
him.
know,
y'all.
and
But
I'm
how is
over
that
here
hating when it's
like,
truth telling?
If
I'm
she
low key
gon-
laughing at her. Like,
Yeah, I'm low key like, you can do what you gotta do.
do what you want to do.
But I'm judging you. Like, nah, nigga, you gotta
Because
just
of
let
all
her
niggas.
be.
First of all, I never done that to you. Have I done
Stop
it?
it, Dante.
I've
What?
never done that with you.
Shut
I've never
up,
done that
nigga.
with you.
What?
What I'm hearing is that there have been like false narratives about Dante growing up, and it's pissing me off. It annoys me. It annoys me. I'm not gonna hold you.
It
That y'all
annoys
thought about
nigga.
me
What
back
do you
then.
mean? What are you talking about?
It's just crazy.
We
But
can act like we haven't been hanging around each other fucking for
We have.
15 years plus.
we
nigga.
have. I just think I probably I came off a certain way growing up, and y'all perceived in that way when I actually did not want to come out that way.
There's a spiciness to it. I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I feel like I came off a certain way, and y'all picked up that when it's like I didn't
I
want
looked over and
to
it's
come.
just Solange leaning on the mic.
because it's crazy. I think that's crazy.
Because it's funny listening to them talk, and like you gotta understand, we grew up with each other. Like we knew these niggas since like
Third
eight-
grade.
Exactly.
Third grade.
So it's really funny to hear different perspectives of your man, and it's like seeing him from like my side of the light compared to seeing him with his boy side of the light, and like vice versa. It's like that's interesting because there's certain things that I could agree with Karan and be like, yeah, Dante, shut the fuck up, and the other moments where I'm like, Karan, absolutely not, no. But it's like I'm gonna just let them talk. I'm gonna just let them get their guy
It's
shit
the other
out.
side. But that's what guy shit is. It's the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
You know, it's the
It's
fact
the other
that like
side.
in whatever conversations we be having with each other,
Facts.
there's like rules to the shit and like. But I don't know. Like, wait. All right. So I got a question.
no
Y'all believe in bro code?
Who? What?
bro code.
Bro code and shit.
I'm screaming, yeah.
Yeah. I love she said yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Karan?
We were just
Bro
talking about bro
code?
code in the
Yeah.
car too. That's
We
funny.
Okay, bro. Well, break that down.
Karan don't believe in bro code.
No, I
Bro,
said
don't believe in bro
like,
code.
So
Let
I'm
him
gonna
talk,
say
let him talk.
so because bro code, I guess, is like this. Like sometimes it's nonverbal, sometimes it is verbal, depending, I guess, on who, like, what friends you got.
Yes.
But it's like what you're supposed to do or not do when you dealing with each other, and when you dealing with, obviously dudes going out bagging girls, whatever that, like whatever relationship situations is happening amongst the group, right?
Right.
I don't believe in that shit. I'm gonna say that right now, because I don't. I think that shit is stupid, right?
Interesting.
It's like because I think it's almost like. I think it's something almost like created by bitch niggas to still get bitches. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's kind of like a.
It's
listen.
funny. I don't take bro code as that, but then again, I'm on out of bro. But like, there's also girl code, and I still don't take it like that.
Well, yeah, y'all rules is different. Like I will not speak on your code, because it's like, I think the value system is different.
Right.
Versus like your homies, you look at you like, if your homie say something like during like a conversation with like you and two girls, you might look at him like, what the fuck did you say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would completely switch up like the vibe of a situation, and like motherfuckers really like have rules against that and like, that kind of stuff.
Okay, give me a rule. Give me like a general bro
Example.
code rule.
You cannot fuck your best friend's ex.
That's.
I feel like that's a typical.
They be saying.
Good. I dated my bro's ex.
Woo.
Like,
That's
straight
why
up.
you said fuck that shit. Fuck
Straight
bro
up, I
code.
dated my, but also like I watched their relationship and it sucked. Then both of them vented to me about how their relationship sucked, and during her vent, she was like, "I like you," and I've like,
you a dirty Mac. I can
but
tell.
no,
already.
but the crazy part about it is that I had liked her forever, was gonna spit to her, but then found out they were together, and I was like, "Oh, all right,
Bro
cool."
code type shit.
And completely stepped off and said blah 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 blah.
Facts.
So then
Yeah.
after they break up, for her to be talking to me, I'm looking at him like,
That's
dog, what's happening right now?
that's true.
Because I think on the
That's
other side of it,
true.
it's like, all right, bro code, but like, why is she talking to me?
Right.
Why
And
is she
expressing her
looking
feelings
at
towards
me
me.
like you are potential, instead of it being like, oh, I can't do that? What was y'all relationship like that she feels comfortable enough to do this
Talk
shit?
to you.
But nobody want to talk about this shit.
No
Niggas
one's
just want to
talking
be like,
about
no,
that
you're
point.
just not supposed to do it. And it's like,
Right.
no, but if you wasn't operating on a way where she actually like respected you to the point where she's like
Talking
not
to your friend.
right, then
Yeah.
it's like, does it really matter then? Like, so like, what's the point? Like, you didn't set the tone for the situation. So what code are we fucking going by? Like, are you in a relationship being a dickhead and an asshole, but I have a code with you, a dickhead and an asshole? Like, what's going on?
That's some real shit, though. That is some real
I
shit.
might agree. I might say fuck bro code too. Now that I think about it.
What's
I might
going
say fuck
on?
that shit too.
You can't be over here being an asshole and then telling everybody, yeah, this is my bro, and we on this shit, and we know
Right.
all the rules with each other. Like, hold on, what are you actually doing? Like the ends is really what's important. So that's where I'm at. It's not a dirty Mac, because I'm not going to talk shit about dude, but I am going to look at a situation and be like, oh, that was a bad situation.
Let me scoop up in here and change
This
it.
is a good situation. Like, I don't know what to say.
So I have a question. So, and not to pry in that. So when that happened, did you have a conversation with bro?
I absolutely had a conversation with bro.
And how did that go?
He was at first. He was like, yeah.
Nah,
It's
you
whatever.
can't take niggas at their word value sometimes.
Which is wild. Again, why is there a bro code if I can't take you at your word? If you really wasn't
then you
feeling
get
it,
mad,
you
yo.
could have said it, because we're boys, right?
Facts.
We're boys. You could have said it, and I would have been like, all right. But that's not what happened. He's like, nah, it's cool. Blah,
Right.
blah, whatever. So, all right, it's cool. So then it was cool. And then after it was cool, it wasn't cool.
Yo.
So now it's like, okay, boom. Now it's weird. Now it's stupid shit, blah, blah, blah. Me and him not friends no more.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And, he's apologized since and all that. But like I said, like, you looking at people as like, who's actually in my life and who's not. It's like, Doug, if you can't be honest with me, then even if you apologize.
and that's like the number one rule in bro code.
Even if
Take
you
a man by his
you gotta
word.
be honest.
Yeah.
Even if you want to apologize to me after the fact, even though, like, yeah, we could, like, fix things. It's like, yeah, dog, I've been over here this long. Do I want to go back to some shit that fucked me over before? Maybe not. And I think that's real. Like, I like
It's
that.
real as
Like,
fuck.
to me, I think that's real. So I don't necessarily know how to deal with niggas sometimes in those situations, because it's like, what are you really on? Like, are you just trying to, like, are we just trying to get some puss, or are you trying to, like, actually, like, uplift people, have, like, healthy relationships? Like, what are you doing? Like, even if you is just trying to get some puss, like, is Shorty gonna be like have a good time? Like, what's going on?
I ain't never invited you to my party. Man. This nigga go dirty back on me like a motherfucker.
I'm really not. You know what I'm gonna do? If you know
I'm
what
about
I'm
to tell
gonna
you
do?
to pull up on Saturday. Now
No. You want to really hear me at a party? Me at a party is sitting in the corner drawing, and I feel like someone.
You gotta watch out with
Yo,
niggas like
I'm
that.
not gonna hold you lot. Yeah.
Nah.
It's great.
Actually back me up on this.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
like,
great.
oh, what's that? There's 30 people here. I'm over here in the corner and I'm drawing.
Hey, you know,
and if somebody want to talk to me, they
you're
can.
socializing, you're having a great time being you, and then you're gonna go back to your corner.
Exactly, because
that was him at Danny's actually.
Yeah.
it's really not that. Because I'm 90% of the time I'm not trying to match. Because either I'm already dealing with somebody, or like, hey, I just came to see the vibes, and that was it. Like
That's a fact.
Those are niggas you gotta watch out for, though.
Yeah. Me
The
dating
ones that
people
just
is a
mind their own
surprise.
business.
Yes.
The ones that just genuinely be minding their own business.
Yo.
Why is that a thing?
Them the niggas who plotting at that. Trust me, I was that nigga too. I'll
Oh
be in my
my
corner
God.
like thinking I'm to myself, but I'm plotting like, damn,
Right.
I'm trying to get to this girl over there.
I mean, plotting on what? That's my bad. I was
you
talking.
good?
I'm like plotting on somebody that you like.
Ah,
Then
stop
it's
it,
whatever.
man. You know if you've been in the corner and you was giving the eye contact from across the room.
Yeah,
from
and
a
if she's
shorty,
giving it back, then who the fuck is talking to me about this shit?
her nigga.
I mean, if it's her nigga, then that's a different conversation. That's a conversation they need to have. That don't got nothing to do with me. I'm going home. I will dead ass go home. I'm not that nigga. I will
that's
not
right.
get that number. I will go to fuck home and be like, y'all have a conversation y'all need to have.
Oh, you better than me. I might get the number.
No,
Haran.
I will leave. That's niggas showing up at your crib. I'm not into it.
That part.
Karan say he with the shits.
I'm all the way not into it.
He said, "Come through too." Let me stop.
Excuse me.
Also, a shorty that'll do that to him will do that to you.
Oh, for sure. Hell
So-
yeah.
Bro code.
Bro.
Code. I'm sorry, Karan, that you felt that way.
It's
That I
happened
thought
a
he
few
macked on
times.
you. I don't think I did, but I
It's happened a
apologize
few
if you
times.
felt like I
But
did.
there's also been a few times where like I understand. There's been a few times I feel like our
It
friend
sounds like
group,
you still hold this to
I
you.
don't give a fuck about that shit. But like, you think I care about that shit about past shit?
I don't know, man. You're a Taurus. I don't know.
Oh, not the astrology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gonna pull out my astrology on me?
Astrology.
Fuck.
But how we even get on this? Is hilarious how we just got on this. But we didn't even get to asking Logic any questions and shit. But
I mean, how long we been?
an hour 32.
Hey,
Damn.
I know. Damn, you let me lose my train of thought because I wanted to respond to that. Yeah, I don't know. Bro code is such a. It's
Y'all
such
got a
funny
weird
thing.
ass bro code. I'm
It's
not
a
gonna
funny
lie.
code. It's
I'm telling you.
funny. It's just a funny book.
There's
Like
a
the
lo-
book is in shambles.
Yes.
Pages is torn. There's like coffee spilt on it.
niggas
like,
is adding pages after
Y'all
they
use that shit to
specifically
wipe
get
your
hurt.
ass. I'm not gonna hold you.
What happened?
You use some pages to wipe your ass.
That's
I'm
a
not
fact.
gonna hold
OD.
you.
That's a fact.
I think
Like-
douches be too sensitive though. I mean,
OD?
even though
Yeah,
they say
yeah, y'all
that
are
is the thing they
sensitive.
do say, like, oh, guys shouldn't be sensitive. Like, I feel like guys should be able to be sensitive, but like when it comes to women,
Y'all
it's
are
just
worse than
dudes
us.
get extra
Yo.
sensitive.
Y'all are worse than
Yo.
us.
They do.
Yo.
They do. And the fact that, like, quote unquote, rule number one, like, you gotta be honest, they're never honest.
Never
when it comes to
honest,
women.
Bro.
They never
Because on some guy shit, like, you can't let your homie, like, let's say you the quiet dude I was playing on Shorty over there, and then homie's talking to you about
That
Shorty
was
over there.
you, Dante. That was fucking you. That was fucking you, Dante. You would be that guy. You'd be like, yo, no, stop it. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm yelling. I don't mean to yell. But Dante would do that shit. Dante would bring. Okay, no, can I just say something? Okay, just so we have context. So Dante was like, now you want to pause it. Now you want to pause it when real shit start talking. Dante used to be the guy. Okay, we did used to rely on Dante a lot to bring women because Dante has a lot of women friends.
Okay.
But Dante would be the type to be like, we'll be like, oh, Dante, like, you talking to her? Like, you feeling her? I was like, nah, man, I don't even know her like that. Like, nah, we cool, we friends. But then, like, somebody would start macking up on her, start filling up on, kissing, doing what we do. And then Dante would be passive aggressive.
That's how
and
you
shit.
really feel? That's how you be feeling about her?
And then we won't hear from Dante for 3 weeks. We'll be like, fuck, we got Dante mad. Now he won't bring the hoes over.
Damn,
Like,
Dante.
am I lying? Am I lying? Oh, no, he
I
won't
don't
think it.
think
I
you
want
lying.
to ponder about it. Huh?
I don't think he lying.
Not entirely.
Oh,
Not entirely.
has that happened more than like 3 times?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Dante be mad because his hoes want to choose up.
Because it's hoes. It's funny.
Excuse my language, mom. My mom listens
Oh,
to this.
facts. Shout out. Hi,
Shout out to my
hi,
mom.
Karan's mom.
Come on.
Oh, she be
Your
listening.
son is very angry with me. I can
Because
tell this
Dante
episode.
want to choose up because
He is
be
venting
mad
about
because his
some
hoes
past-
want to choose up. Mom.
This past, I'm just glad you letting it out now. I'm so glad. I can tell it's been in you.
Now I ain't gonna hold you. That one time you told Shorty not to stay at my house. You put batteries in her bag. I wasn't on
Really
no
don't
weird
say-
shit. I was gonna let her chill, sleep on my bed. I was gonna sleep on the couch.
I really don't remember you saying that. That's why, like, I feel like there was a miscommunication somewhere along.
I
those
mean, you
lines.
did say earlier in the podcast, sometimes you be talking and, things just be coming
I
out.
do.
So
I do. So
maybe-
it must have been
maybe-
miscommunication, or maybe it was something.
Miscommunication.
Something that
But-
came out.
Yeah. So I heard Karan. You okay? I feel like we should hug.
I would hug you. Fine if you want to,
I
but
feel like you need a hug, man. I didn't know.
I don't need a hug. I'm chilling, man. That's
Okay.
in the past, man.
So
Okay. Logic, my man.
You're-
I'm sorry you in a very spicy episode. I did
No,
not
I
expect this
love
episode
it.
to be
No,
so
no, no.
spicy.
I actually love it. Like, again, it's like my favorite kind of conversation. Like,
I'm
when,
glad.
real feelings, real history, real
Yeah.
like dynamic is actually happening. I like that. I appreciate
I'm
it.
glad you're enjoying this.
I'm glad
My
someone
bad,
is.
man. I'm sorry
No,
if I'm a little
it's
too
all
much.
good. It's all good.
Just get me tight, man.
Going to a very generic question after this. So how did you got into being I can't even ask the question right. How did you get into art?
When I was 6 or 7, like after Legos, I was like, "Oh, drawing is it?" Like, cause I used to play with Legos a lot, and I was like building all this stuff, and I would build the thing like in the box once, and then I would break it up and start building other shit, and then pen and paper was just like, oh, I can make whatever. Like, this is different. Like, it's not like there curves, not blocky looking shit. Like, oh, this is actually like a different like scenario, and I just never let it go after that. And I always wanted to be a cartoonist and make cartoons. Like, you watching Dexter's Lab and shit, and it's like, oh, you could do that. I want to do that. So that was always the vibe. Like, I want to do that. And after a while, everybody knew me as the artist. I was always the kid drawing in the back of the class. That's why I'll do it at parties. You know what I mean? Because like, no, like this is actually my comfort zone.
Right.
And like, I can have a full conversation with you while I'm literally sketching something. And at the end of the
That's
party,
fire.
then it's like, oh, I did something, and people will be like, yo, he finished it. Like it's like kind of cool to be like, like that back and forth. And that's what I feel I have to give. So I just keep doing it.
What was your favorite cartoon?
I was just about to ask that too.
Oh, damn, what was my favorite cartoon growing up?
Or top like 3 or 5.
Top
Yeah.
3.
Top three.
All right, we talking about as a kid.
Yeah.
Or now.
Or now, whatever you want to.
All right, so
Top 3 in general.
Whatever.
top 3 in general. Damn, I've seen so many, but I would say Rugrats
Okay.
was crazy for me. Like as a child, like
Okay.
because it was like being a kid watching other kids have kid thoughts,
Right.
and I was like, yo. Facts, like like I related to them like
That's
OD.
good, man.
Facts.
Even like Susie and them, because it's like, oh, y'all the black family, and y'all are mad different from Tommy and these niggas.
Yeah.
And seeing that, and I was like Susie's family, like I'm Jamaican, so like an older Caribbean family, like I kind of felt was almost like Susie's family. So I was just like, I saw a lot of my cousins in them and shit. And then shit, man. You stay up late and watch Adult Swim, and then fucking with Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh.
Because I didn't really understand it at the time.
Me
but
too. When I was younger, I was the same way.
It was
Made no
just
goddamn
cool.
sense.
It was just cool.
cool
like,
as fuck.
It was this weird crew of people.
Right.
Like, they on these like crazy missions and niggas are shooting, but they're not
Facts.
dying. You know what I mean? Like it's all this like wild stuff happening, and then at the end of it, he's just smoking a cigarette.
Yes.
On a spaceship, and I'm just like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
So you an anime like guy.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
okay.
But I'm like anime when America got like I've been here the whole time. So like when people were like, "Oh, you an anime dude?" I'll be like, yes, because I've seen all of it and I still watch it. Like I'm watching new stuff now, but I'm not gonna talk to you about it because I know not everybody on that tip, and I don't like talking to people who don't fuck with anime about anime.
Right.
Because it's just like, nah, like you don't get it, and I don't feel like explaining it to you.
Facts.
Heavy.
Facts. Facts.
I can't do this shit.
Facts.
There's too much weird shit
Yeah.
in anime to really
Way too much
explain,
weird shit.
and it's gonna sound really fucked up in certain situations. So
I feel that.
Yeah.
don't want to do it.
What's your last one?
3. I was trying to think of it while I was talking. I don't know, man. 3 could be like a bunch of different ones. Like at the end of the day, like it could be Boondocks. It could be fucking Oh, it just popped in my Avatar, The Last Airbender.
I actually just finished that shit.
Yo.
And Korra. Yeah, that's
shit
a
is-
good
Korra's
shit.
That shit is godlike, yo. Like that's just like it's just
It
a good
is.
story.
Amazing.
Like
Nah,
the
it's
whole,
fire.
and I mean the whole thing. Like, Aang to Korra. Like I think like you
I
know,
need to watch Korra. Everybody's saying Korra is really, really
Legend
good.
of Korra is
pretty
honestly
good.
my favorite compared to the Avatar.
give
I'm
it a
not
chance.
gonna
I
lie.
like the original more than Korra, but
Everyone does, but I'm gonna still stick by Korra.
Korra's like the
Sick
teen
like that.
angsty one. You
Yeah.
know,
She's the angsty teen
Yeah.
who's trying to get her shit together and she
Yeah.
doesn't know how to fucking do it. Aang is more like the level-headed one who just needs to meditate and he has a lot of shit on his plate.
he a little boy doing his little
Yeah.
boy shit.
Fact. Literally. He's just trying to chill on his fucking with
Appa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
He's
Appa's
dead
that
ass just
boy.
trying
And
to chill.
Momo.
And Momo.
And Momo.
Fact. He did not ask me
Korra's
to
just fighting for her fucking life. Korra,
Yo.
really, the entire season is just her fighting for her fucking life.
I will always say that she was a cooler Avatar though,
Yes.
just off the strength of like niggas showed up and they're like, "How do you know she's the Avatar?" And she literally kicked the door down with the earth, and like they in the Water Tribe. She kicked the door down with the earth, shooting fire out her hands. She's like,
"I'm
"It's
the
me!
Avatar,
I-
you
it's
gotta
definitely
deal with me."
I was
Yeah.
like, "That's the coolest shit in the
She
world."
stunned,
Like,
yeah, I
She
respect
thought,
that.
yeah.
she was stunting on niggas immediately.
She
That's
really
a fact.
was. Sorry, I got a question. What are some things as an artist that irk you when you see it on like TV or motion? Like, cause you know how like when you're an artist, like for me, dancing, we'll watch something and we'll be like, that's not really dance. So what is something for you as an artist that you see that
Excuse me.
irks you to be like, that's not true artistry or some shit like
This
that?
this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't like that musicians are called artists.
Really? That actually, like, even songwriters and like lyricists
Yeah.
or any musician, point blank, period.
So what? Like y'all all have a second name. What other name do I have?
Besides artists,
I'm an artist.
I mean, there's different types of artists.
There's different types of
Nah.
artists now. That's
because
not,
you're
that was
you
not
would
the
be
case.
considered either like a cartoonist
right.
or an editor.
But all of those things would be still art. It's still
yeah.
a visual like sense of what you're doing. Like you're a dancer. You could still say you're a dance artist, but also you're a dancer. If someone just said you were a dancer, everybody would understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
But now when I say, "Oh, I'm an artist," people have to go, "Oh, what kind?" And I'm like, the regular kind, like the first kind. Like I don't know, like it's like a weird like back and forth where it's like, yeah, I understand the breadth of like creativity and what we all do being like multi-layered, but I still think that at least to me, it should still be held within the original word of what you
Component
are.
of what it is.
You know, like maybe people don't respect it as much, and maybe that's why like it has been co-opted the way that it has. But I feel like people should like nobody
no,
should.
It's always been disrespectful, not for nothing. They don't do shit for us
Right.
in any fucking field, whatever the art is. They really don't.
Okay, well, I just wanted to look up definition of artist. The definition, according to the Oxford Dictionary, it says an artist is a person who practices any forms of various creative arts, such as sculptor, novelist, poet, filmmaker, or visual artist. So I guess like
So they didn't even say musician. They didn't even
Oh,
say
it
that.
says-
Huge
poet,
part of it,
it-
you know what I mean? Like
it has
They-
poet, novelist,
But poet can be a
sculptor.
musician because you could be a songwriter.
right, writers are artists. Like it's all this like
Yeah.
it's all of this
No, I get
different.
it.
It's
I
all
get
of this
it.
different
I
stuff.
get
So when you
it.
say you're an artist now, it's like you have to suddenly become super specific. And as somebody
Yeah.
who's like, no, I'm really just drawing. Like I'm really drawing. I'm painting. I do music. And maybe at some point I will like bring those two things together. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, if somebody said you was a musician, I would know exactly what they was talking about. So once you say artist, now you bringing in everybody else.
Yeah, I think artists, especially, I think like the broad
get the
definition is just
frustration.
any creative field, like anything you could create out
Yes.
of nothing. So
Right.
whether that be a song,
Because I know a lot
painting.
of no, I know a lot of people who are creators and they don't want to be labeled as just a dancer. So like I know for me on my page, I say I'm an artist. It's just broad. Like a lot of people too on their business page, they're not dancers, they're artists.
And listen, I'm not finna fight you on it. Like I'm not over here going like fuck everybody who does
No,
that.
but
Like,
I
that's
get
not
the
point.
frustration
It's just
because it makes me tight
Right.
too. I be seeing it sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck is your art? I be getting tight, like, cause I would like to say I'm an artist of multiple mediums, cause I love to draw too, like you saw, like I like to paint and do all the things, like, but like I have a balance of when I want to do each shit.
Yeah.
So I'll take off my caps when I need to and put them back on.
I wish people would, or I wish the caps would have more like pull with people, like because
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, where it's like in marketing yourself, artist has become like the term that people now want to take you creatively like seriously instead of it being what you actually do.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, it's what you do plus
a bunch of other shit, and that's the only way you're taken seriously. Instead of what you actually do being as good as it is, being what it is, and people just accepting that.
So how do you feel instead of being like I'm an artist, be like, oh, I'm a painter or I'm a cartoonist? Or
For a
I'm
while, I
like
was telling people I was a
an
painter.
illustrator.
For a while, I was telling people I was a painter. I've gone back and forth between illustration. Now, I don't know. Like, I say I'm an artist, and I think that's what I'm going to stick with, because at the end of the day, it's like, no, I can literally show it to you. Like, I don't have to. Like, that's the difference, I guess, in that I can literally go, no, here's my book.
Yeah.
And people open the first page, and they're like, oh, and I don't have to say a lot.
Right.
What I'm saying is literally with the visuals. And so if I just keep pushing the visuals out, then it's fine. I don't really have to talk to people about it anymore. And if I get specific, it's more with jobs. You know, where it's like, oh, they're going to hire me as an illustrator. Done. I don't have to talk to them. They know what an illustrator is, and great. Or they're going to hire me to paint this mural. Okay, fantastic. And, you know, like, I only have to be specific when it has to be specific, instead of, like, you know, having this moniker over myself. You know, it's like, nah, I'm Logic Thompson. I'm an artist. Done. And I don't got to think about it no more.
That's a good one.
I respect that.
I'm trying. I'm trying to figure something out.
It is.
Nigga, everybody got to have a bio, so.
Unfortunately, that's a fact.
Not unfortunately. People need to know who you are.
Karan, you got a bio on your IG? Like, do you have a thing?
Yeah, my thing is just like style and music enthusiast. I think
Music enthusiast.
it's always been that. Yeah.
Okay.
Enthusiast. I like enthusiast.
I gotta
That's a
check
good
mine.
word.
I don't know what I did. I don't think I'm
Host of the Soapbox podcast.
Yup.
You know what yours is, bro.
Nah, no, like actual like little hashy tag.
Little hashy tag.
Little hashy tag. Question. Okay, yeah. Do you think doing what you do you think it's hard for you to, or have you done it before? You said you have done it. Do you think you find it difficult to balance your work and like your art while also balancing like a personal relationship on the side?
OD. They're so, especially with like visual stuff, like a lot of people only see like the end product, you know, and I think that's with like, you know, all the different forms where it's like any kind of creativity, you know, the show is like the last version of it when it's gone through all of the stuff,
Right.
versus like, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm halfway through something and you don't necessarily know like how good it's going to be. You know, you only looking at it at that level. And I think, you know, the hours that go into actually making something like legit, like at least in my own sense, like where I can say, nah, I did this and it's finished. Yeah, you know, sometimes you miss a couple people's birthday parties. You know, sometimes you like can't go to this concert that you really want to go to, and you know, things like that. And I've been learning to balance the fun stuff more because I'm learning that it informs, you know, a lot of the brushstrokes. You know, like it's, you can't not live life and do art. Like it's, you kind of have to do both, and you can't have one without the other, and one without the other sucks. So I've been getting better at actually like being out more than just like sitting at my desk, just, you know, drawing away. Because I think even for the artists out there, like some of the writer's block or the blanking of the page is from you not having left your crib. So like go outside and be inspired, and then come back and draw what you see. Like that's a little bit better, and I've gotten better at putting stuff out because I do that more often.
With that being said, I want to know, what is your biggest influence?
My upbringing.
That's a different answer.
Wanting to live in a different world. Like
How?
my house is very silent. I grew up in a very quiet house, very lonely house at times. And my art deals with like characters, it deals with stories.
Right.
Because I always wanted to like kind of like make a world that I could be a part of instead of being in the one that I was in. So in growing up in that and being more of an adult now, it's like, all right, what worlds do other people want to live in? You know, because I don't necessarily feel the same way with the life that I've created for myself now. But I still have those days where I'm just like, damn, I wish I could draw this and jump in, and just
Oh, like Blue's Clues?
yeah, like straight up, and just now we're here.
That used to be
and
a
this is the
dream. I used to
thing,
love
you
that
know,
shit.
and yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, creating a place to be, honestly.
Damn.
That was
That's really deep, yeah.
beautiful.
I told y'all I was deep.
I love that answer. I'm not gonna lie. That's really.
The weird part is that it's kind of just a consequence of living that kind of life.
Yeah.
When you are by yourself a lot, like if your imagination is there, like it's running. You know what I mean? So it really is just like, yeah, I would rather be somewhere else. And maybe it's not just outside. Like maybe it's like on a dragon,
Right.
purple sky. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like this whole like craziness to it. But you do a couple of years of that, and then that's all you really think about.
Was it easy for you to like express your imagination as a kid?
Yes, in that because of the loneliness, I had a lot of time to myself to actually like implement a lot of it. No, because my parents are Jamaican and they're like, art? What are you talking about? Both of my parents are in the medical field, and they really wanted me to do that.
Okay. Yes.
And I looked them dead in their face, and I said, I'm never doing medicine, not one day in my life.
That must have been crazy
How'd they
conversations.
feel and how did they respond now seeing your artistry?
Constant battles and shit.
All my mom ever wants is me to send her paintings, and she can put them up in the house now, which
Oh,
is actually like
I love that.
it's nice. And I just saw them last week, and I'm thinking about going back down. And I told her that I was just like, she has to repaint the living room, and I was just like, not only will I do it for you, I'll actually just paint the walls, because that's easier for me to do than
Right.
like trying to figure out like what colors you're
I'm
gonna have
screaming,
later,
yeah.
Right.
and that kind of stuff. Because
That's dope.
I'm a
about to be
creative director
racist. Do
now.
they have the Jamaican household where they have a different color in every wall?
No,
I love me a colorful household. I'm not sorry.
back in the house that I grew up in,
Yeah.
so it was more like cream colored with like a lot of plants around and things like
Yeah.
that. But it's very like browns and woods and
Okay.
like sculptures of like an old Caribbean man. He got like a bunch of like fish and
With the
stuff.
sticky-
Right, like it's a lot of stuff like that. So like because my parents are old Jamaican, right? So it's not like dance hall the way that it is now and shit. It's not even like Elephant Man from like when we was growing
It's
up.
like roots
like
reggae. It's like
more-
roots
Yeah,
reggae.
it's root shit like OD. Like it's fucking
I love
Barris
that.
Hammond.
Barrington Levy.
Barrington
you know
Levy.
what I'm saying?
I was telling my mom because I was telling her like, yo, it's funny how Jamaican I am now, and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, the other day I was playing some Barrington Levy like in my room, and I felt like perfect. Like I felt like, yeah, this is exactly what I needed today. And she was looking at me like, that's wild, and I'm like, I'm from you. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is just how a new comfort zone for myself
Right.
that I'm stepping more into, and just being okay with now. Because growing up in New York, being Jamaican was like, oh, you sound funny and shit, so it's just like.
I'm screaming, but that is true.
But at the same time, they was like the fighting ass niggas, so it's just like, all right, we got some clout, like
Right.
it's cool, it's not terrible. So yeah, I don't know, just dealing with them now is kind of easier, but I'm also separated from them. Like they live out of state, I'm here,
Oh, okay.
That's true.
so it's pretty chill.
Okay.
Me and my dad don't have a good relationship, but there's art about him that I want to make.
Ooh.
So there's always still a connection.
Does he at least appreciate your paintings? Like he won't understand your artistry, but like, know those subtle dad things are like, that's not that.
If I
bad.
send him something, he'd be like, wow, this is beautiful. Easily. But it's also just like,
That's
I don't
where it
know.
lies.
Yeah, it's like me and him being like, oh, we had a conversation. Crazy.
Feel that.
Crazy.
Like that's a stepping stone. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I fucking feel that.
I'm working on it
No, I hear you, man.
You're doing great though.
How old are you?
at 31. About
For
to be
real?
32.
Oh shit! Happy
Yeah.
early birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
Scorpio
early birthday.
season.
No. December. Cap.
Capricorn.
Yeah.
Ah, so you just beat the crazy Sagittarius.
Well, so I'm literally
The
the
cusp?
day of. So it's like, nah, it's both. And my rising is Sag. So it's like, nah, they're both here. It's weird
Ah.
because the crazy Sag has like a road dog who was like really put together. So it kind
Wow.
of balances out and works out. He got all these crazy ideas, and Cap is like, all right,
Just put it to work.
let's sit down for 6 months and really plan this out.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, so some of them actually happened, and I'm like, cool. That's all I can really ask
Nice.
for. It's pretty cool.
Nice. That reminds me, Karan, I need to get your chart information. I gotta figure out what you.
I don't know.
You gotta
Don't-
sit down
yo,
and dissect
Karan,
you.
don't do it
Yes.
though.
I don't know.
Don't do
Anytime
it.
everybody
need to.
like sets
Don't
me
do
down
it.
for a chart, it's always bad shit.
I
I-
need to, bro.
I only know all of my shit because of my last like 3 girlfriends, and for like on some real shit, it's like, damn, this is a path I probably shouldn't have gone down.
Oh, so what's your big 3?
I don't know. My boy told me not to put that on
Air?
public airways
He's smart.
because people could do magic on you with some of
They're
that
smart.
shit.
No, he's smart. He's
So
smart.
it's like,
He's
all right, y'all
smart.
got 2, but they're 2 strong ones, so it's not easy. We're gonna leave that middle one out.
Smart. Smart.
Yeah. Your 2 is definitely crazy.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Apparently, I've been told.
I barely know enough about cats, so I can't even tell you. I
Shorty-
know Sages are a little
Have you ever had the shorty look at your chart and they're just like,
all the time. All the time.
Just
Just
a
tell which of mine
That
chart.
is Dante's. That is
That
Dante's
is my
chart.
chart.
Dante's chart is what the fuck.
that is
My-
every
that is my
dog.
chart.
That's every man's chart. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be this, and this, and they would still be like, because now they just putting all the math together.
Putting the boxes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Figuring
this
it
is why
out.
you are the way that you are.
Yup.
This is how I'm gonna treat you from now on.
For real.
Basically.
Like, bro, I'm just chilling. Like,
Exactly.
y'all got any questions for Logic? Anything y'all want to talk about and stuff?
Man, I always appreciate anyone that's out there independently doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I just want, like, it seems like Logic has a real passion for it, for his art. So I just think it's dope, man. Just want him to continue to keep doing his thing, man.
I appreciate that.
Much
yo.
love.
It wasn't the passion wasn't always here. It was just something I could do, and then it's gone back and forth.
Yeah, but
you
it's
know?
something you're continuously like working on and
Yeah.
improving on, and
Absolutely.
You know?
Logic, how'd you get the name Logic?
Oh, I used to be a graffiti artist. And this is before the rapper dude.
The rapper Logic.
Yeah. I used to be a graffiti artist.
Like
And
you used to tag all over the city?
I used to tag not all over the city because, to be honest, like my crew is more about fighting than tagging. So I left fairly quickly because I was hyped on this art. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do art, and then they're like, yeah, we're going to Astoria to fight these dudes. You come in, I was like, nah. We gonna fight who? Oh, you don't even know who we fighting. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
I'm gonna holler at you.
But that's what they was about. They low key pressed me like on some like, yo, it's us or like nothing. You know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, maybe it's nothing there, cause
Wow.
that's crazy.
That's big though. That's big.
It's not my life,
Yeah.
Like I'm not really out here to beat people up.
Facts.
You know,
Trying to make it on some gang shit.
Yeah, but in at least in New York, a lot of that graph shit is low key on that because like somebody tag over your shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
being-
yeah, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
if somebody like starts getting up like in the area that you get up
It's
in,
disrespectful.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even just necessarily just. Well, it's dependent on who takes it personally. You know what I
That's
mean?
Yeah.
true. That's true.
It's also
All it
like,
takes is one person.
But that can make
Yeah.
that can make sense if you're tagging over someone else's shit. Like,
but different crews will get into beefs and decide, oh, we're gonna go over all of y'all shit in this area. So then it's like, oh, what's your response to it? And sometimes it's not just art, And personally, I would have liked it to just be art. Like, okay, so just go over their shit again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, do something better,
Yeah.
than what they went over. But they were like, nah, we're going to go punch him in the face. And I was like, all right, y'all go ahead.
Y'all go ahead.
Y'all go ahead. I'm going to go finish my homework.
I respect it. I respect it.
But it is what it is. Like a lot of the old heads in the community like really helped us out. Like back before 5 Points, got like painted over and all this shit. Like we was there all the time, just trying to learn. Like we all had like I got my black book with me right now. Like
that's
just,
mad depressing.
just old heads showing us how to do certain things. Like I have painted there. Like I had some shit on the wall, but it's like the inside wall
Do you
where nobody
have
can see.
pictures?
On probably like on my old computer. Yeah.
That's some archival shit, though.
Yeah,
Do you guys
but-
know what 5 Points is?
I don't.
It was this giant building in Long Island City off of the 7 line. And it was just like covered in graffiti, and it's like legends. Like people who do
It was a
graph, like,
historical landmark
yeah,
for all like the
internationally,
famous
like,
artists and taggers.
really?
people would fly in and do pieces on that, and it'd be like, like the coolest thing you ever seen.
And
like,
it got destroyed like what 3-4 years ago?
I
5.
feel like it's been a little longer than that. But
I know
reason?
COVID always
the
fucked shit up for me.
owner of the building, he a landlord. He wanted, all
He
the
wanted
property
money.
prices going up. He's like, I want to make the condos. So,
Damn.
but he actually, they had like a contract with the artist and shit, and he basically went against the contract, and they sued him. And they got a bunch of money off of it after
Dope.
the fact.
Okay.
But he still painted over a bunch of like legendary art, you know. So, fuck him for that. But,
OD.
you know,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
a lot of those people are where they're supposed to be right now. You know, like
Right.
they getting up on a lot of different paths. You know, they become legitimate artists in a lot of ways, and I think that's really cool.
That's dope.
Wow, that's fire.
Where do
And
you like
unfortunately-
ideally? Where do you see yourself within 5 years, as far as like with your art, in a perfect scenario?
I want to be the Frank Ocean of art, where I just drop fire shit and then go away, and
I love that.
people like it so much they're like, we wish he would make more, and I'm just like,
But
I
you gotta
don't.
stay with that one album. You gotta stay with that one piece forever.
Just sit with that because that's what I gave y'all, and that's fine, you know.
And that's
Like,
more than
I
enough. You're
fucking
welcome.
love that. I love that.
and I kind of am already like that because like a lot of my friends, it's like, you know, they do support my art and they do care about my shit, and they're like, yo, when are you gonna drop something? Yo, when's your next show? And I'm just like, you know, when it drops, you know, and I really do treat it like that because I've tried to rush things before and failed miserably.
Right.
I had a big show that I wanted to do pre-COVID and couldn't sell enough tickets because I was relying on like friends and family, you know,
You can't rely on us.
instead of going out and like finding people who actually fuck with your shit and like, you know,
Right.
really doing like the hard work of like building like a audience. And
Yeah.
it's only now that I'm realizing like, oh, like I really have to like do that and really have to push it out in a way where meeting people, telling them my story, and, you know, really like putting my art in front of them, that's like the most important thing. So
Facts.
I'm really just trying to
Tell me about it.
do it as much as I can. Like even like coming to the pod, it's just like, yo, like not only do I fuck with y'all and like what y'all are doing and like listening to y'all and being like, yo, this is fucking cool, but also being like, yeah, let me start talking about the shit. Like let me
Right.
like go and like actually like be like, hey guys, I'm an artist, because I really do be in my room. 100%.
I hear that, bro. I fucking hear that. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about?
So Kanye, let me stop.
Oh yeah, nah. I don't play talk about Kanye.
Talk about
I'm gonna press you next week about Kanye. It's
Press
okay.
me next week. Had a lot of good things. I feel
I
like
bet
he
he
was
did.
talking
A lot of good
about.
things.
A lot of bullshit too, but
Mhm.
I think he's still trying to
that's
grow as a
everybody.
person.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
that
everybody.
is everybody.
Yeah.
The duality.
Facts.
Hey, we're just all here on this earth as humans trying
You're
to
right.
navigate. So
You're right.
I
you're right.
have a Kanye story to end. If
Go ahead.
so, a couple years back, I got invited to do a Kanye art show.
Ooh.
I think it was called The Life of Pablo, and it was in the city, and all the artists had to do Kanye themed work. And the facilitators had done like a couple different shows based on like different musical artists. They had like a Beyonce one, and I got invited to the Kanye one. And so I'm a huge Kanye fan, and I was just like, all right, with all the crazy shit going on, like how do I feel about him now?
Right.
You know, like what would I even draw? And Life of Pablo had come out. I think that was the last thing that he had come out with at the
amazing
time.
album, by the way.
It's a good ass album.
I like it personally.
30 hours is my shit.
30
Facts. 30 hours.
30
fire.
hours.
A lot of people
my
don't even know
shit.
that's Andre 3000 in the background.
I
Yo.
know. Fire.
But
bro.
I drew. I have a character that I made while I was depressed. I didn't even talk about this shit. I have a brand called Are You Dying? Because 7 years ago I was gonna kill myself, and I drew myself out of depression, like literally. Like I actually made
Do
characters.
you have a page for this?
Yeah, actually, it's Are You Dying on Instagram.
I'm gonna follow that right now.
I'm reposting a lot of the stuff because, you know, bouts of depression back and forth. You
Right.
tear everything down. You're like, this is garbage. And, you know, now I'm like reposting, be like, no, like there was meaning to this,
Right.
and like actually like archiving what happened. But I created characters that represented all my emotions because I couldn't actually link, like I couldn't feel what I was feeling. Like I was just kind of coasting through life. So I made these characters, and the whole thing was that I just got to be honest.
Facts.
Like, so the main character is my heart, all my positive emotions.
Mhm.
And so I drew, for the Kanye experience, I drew him like cut into like, not cut into pieces, like he was still like the full figure, but like it was almost like puzzle pieces.
Kanye, you talking about
That
right? His face?
no, it was like my character,
Right.
But it was like these like puzzle pieces that like made his form, and like all of the pieces were from like different songs and albums. That because to me it was like there are very specific moments of Kanye that inspired me in like a crazy way, in a way that like no other artist has actually done. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's just some of it. Like I can't take all of Kanye. Like that's not the point. Like the point is that I'm taking the pieces that actually speak to me, and then I'm walking away. And so like the piece said, it said I feel like Pablo, but then I crossed out Pablo and I put me. And it was just different
That's
pieces
hard.
of like stuff like there was college dropout shit in there.
Yeah.
There was late
Graduation.
registration, graduation.
That's hard.
Father stretched my hands. I had 2 hands in like the eye that were just like this. I'll send this to you guys after.
Please, dude. That's not hard as fuck.
But
bro.
like that was just like like he's a visionary. Absolutely, like nobody can take that away from him. But every
Without a
visionary, any visionary, any person like in that standpoint is always going to have like backlash. Is always going to have people like come against him, and he don't frame it in the right way.
Never
I keep
does.
saying that he needs
Never
a PR
does.
like somebody who like really actually sits with
Yes.
him and says, no, what do you really want to say?
Yeah.
So that it can be communicated in a better way, because sometimes it's hard when you in it doing it and got to talk about it.
Yeah.
At the same time, like that dude be wilding sometimes, but just like everybody else.
Yeah. After watching this dog, I just noticed that his brain's just constantly on 100.
Yeah.
And it's like he just needs to let it out. When he doesn't let it out, it's just so that's why I'm just learning to appreciate just him for him now, and just realizing like without all that crazy shit, all those like thoughts in his head, we would never get the art that he dropped over the years, stuff like that. And now I'm just at that point, you gotta just let Kanye just Kanye at this point. And
I mean, I wouldn't say lit.
like like there's sometimes you got like I now, but most of the times I just feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta just let him do him sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's just me being like biased because I don't really fuck with meds and shit like that. But that's just me. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
Sorry, no, I just stalked your page.
Oh.
I just stalked your page. I just liked every photo. I was like, this is dope.
Appreciate you.
Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just remember, guys, October 22nd is going to be movie Hackensack, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Come through.
I promise I won't be a dirty Mac on Saturday. Too.
I
No,
definitely will.
No, you won't. Trust me, I got plans for that party.
I'm done.
I bet you do. Anyway, this concludes episode 163.
I might be dirty macking, honestly, at that party.
Episode 163 of the Soapbox. I want to thank Logic for coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me. This shit was cool as fuck.
So at the end of the podcast, we usually let our guests like
Plug themselves in.
and shout out anybody out if you want. So if you want to plug anything in, future things you have in store, or shout out anybody.
Y'all can follow me on my IG at Logic Thompson, spelled correctly, one word. I don't do no weird shit. I'm just drawing and having a good time. And nowadays I'm talking more about mental health and the process, because I already went through it. Are You Dying? AREYOUDYING is the other Instagram, and I'm about
Go
to
follow that shit. That shit is fucking fire.
I'm about to make TikToks for both of them, and really start pushing the shit out there.
Good.
Music actually is coming soon. But it's more like again, Frank Ocean of the shit is gonna be like a long process, because there are bits and pieces to it that need to be where they need to be before I really show y'all that.
Right.
But there are some sneak peeks coming up.
Yay.
Love that. Thank you guys for listening on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on all streaming platforms. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about?
Oh shit! Wait, I forgot one thing.
Go.
So, I said I've been trying to start a podcast for 10 years. I actually am starting it.
Hey.
It's called the That's It Podcast.
That's It Podcast.
DASSIT. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Also-
it.
That's it. That's also the name of my LLC and how I do like, all of my shit. But
Get your sound bites.
we're me and my co-host Jen, we are ending all the stupid Twitter conversations that we see all the time that just kind of happen every couple months.
I'm fucking screaming.
Because we're over it. We're over it, and we're just like, yo, it's this. That's it.
Yo, Twitter conversations be different, bro. That shit go everywhere. I fucking love Twitter. I love Twitter.
I hate Twitter.
I'm screaming.
I hate Twitter. I deleted my Twitter.
No, it's a toxic place. It's a very
yeah,
bad place.
I
It's a
hate
very
it so
bad
much.
place.
I used to be on Tumblr, and then
I love Tumblr.
I used to be on Tumblr. Then Tumblr changed.
Yeah.
And then all my Tumblr friends got on Twitter, so I made a Twitter, and I was like, this is the worst place ever.
It's
Do you
bad.
still have Facebook though?
Actually, funny story. My Facebook actually just got banned.
Damn.
I think somebody tried to because I was in Maryland, and I think somebody tried to hack me while I was in Maryland, so they actually just banned my Facebook and my personal Instagram. So I reached out to them to get it back, but I'm also just like, I don't care that much. I don't use Facebook like that.
Right.
But the person on Instagram kind of sucks because, like I said, I was doing like the who's my real friend situation, and a
And
lot
now
of those
you can't even
conversations
know
are just like
because
in
that's
the
your
air,
man.
and I'm just like, everybody gonna think that I dipped on them. I don't
Right.
remember everybody's name to reach out and be like, hey.
That's mad funny.
So.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
But the professional Instagram is still there, and that's what I'm really working on right now. So
Right.
we living, everything's okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay.
But yes, thank you guys so much for having me. This was
Of
super fun.
course.
It's
This
nice
was a
Thanks
to
for
great fucking
kicking it with
episode.
us and
Dead
listening
ass.
to us
Yeah.
talk about our
Grievances and
and
shit.
our dirty shit.
I listen to y'all at home, so it's like being here is like this is cool. Like, this is
I
like,
was like, I get to
fun.
see it in person now.
Yeah, this
I
is it.
love it. I'm glad. Thank you. Karan, you got anything you want to say,
Why
man?
you ask him?
Poppy, you got anything you want to say?
I'm turning off my mic. No, thank you, y'all.
I'm so offended. Yeah, you want to say? That's crazy. You really turn off your mic.
Niggas, Solange don't want me to talk. I'm turning off the mic. Bye, y'all.